All right, guys, welcome to the Thunderdome.
Thunderdome.
I'm Koshade,
Yep, I'm Intangible.
and this is actually what's considered the first official one, because I believe Schwengat was saying that the other one that we did was kind of like a preliminary, seeing how the waters works.
It was more kind of like a test, but now we're officially into it. This is the Thunderdome 1, as he's calling it, so shout out to Schwengat for setting us up. Thanks.
Absolutely, and so we have today Theasaris, as we haven't actually picked colors yet, and Gdieckhaus.
Gdieckhaus?
Gdieckhaus. Gdieckhaus. Joining us today. And,
I'm gonna call him House.
House.
All right.
I'm calling him G. He's an
Gonna
awesome
get real
guy.
confusing really fast.
And honestly, we have I've seen Theasaris and G play before, and they're both excellent players, and I think we're gonna have a fantastic match here.
Yeah, I just realized we totally can't call him G because GW
Oh
is
yeah,
another player.
G. We'll call him Gua.
Because of all the X's. Oh man.
So yesterday we saw, or 2 days ago I think, we saw Harry Poppins get through one of the first rounds with an awesome Brogan match.
Brogan really pulled through for him. Actually, also, Keejan's match happened yesterday as well. And I've heard a lot of crazy things about it. Unfortunately, I haven't got to watch it yet. So if you're seeing this, you're going to hear me say that I haven't seen it yet. And you probably have already watched it. So, cool.
Okay, so it looks like Theasaris is going to be playing the Araxian Warlock, and he's going to be, it looks like, up in the top left of our board here. And it looks like Gdieckhaus is playing the Priestess.
Just call him House. Man.
House.
House.
I'm just going to say House.
House is awesome. That's a good name.
House.
Oh, Priestess. Classic match.
A Priestess versus Warlock. We're going to be core mages here.
I'm wondering what kind of types of these mages we're going to see. Are we going to see a lot of curses? Are we going to see a buddy build, from Theasaris? And the Priestess, what is it going to do in return as well?
All right, and sometimes Octagon kind of messes up a little bit and the initiative doesn't show up. So, hang on. If it doesn't, we will reset. Don't load book. Yeah, sometimes Octagon's doing this lately where you have to reset it and then wait for it to prompt, and then one person loads a book, wait for it to prompt, another person loads it, and then we just got to start this up.
You have to walk on eggshells when you're starting the game. Once you get going, most of the time it works just fine, but it's just starting that matchup that can be an issue.
And it looks like I gotta have one of them reset it. Can one of you reset?
So unlike the last series, the other Thunderdome, the preliminary one, we can actually host. We can actually host and be a spectator, which we couldn't before, and that was a pain. But now we can. But at the same time, because we're not hosting, we can't reset the match. So that's a thing.
And it is quite a thing. The first challenge of both mages to try to get initiative. And of course, both of them all these decks are already set in place way before these matches. There is no changing of the decks, so there's no surprises here after they've already announced their mages. Although I do believe the mages are kept secret, and the books are definitely kept secret until the first round, if I remember right.
Yeah, actually, Schwenk is doing something interesting. He's, which I don't disagree with, but at the same time I'm a little wary. But, it could actually turn out to be pretty fun. Basically, after this first round, after every round, the first video is getting put out. So it is public knowledge how those decks function. Which means after the first round, the remaining 8 players that move on, they will know what their opponents can play. That may seem like an issue, but if you look at a lot of other tournaments, a lot of other games, what you're capable of doing is really, it's out there. It's not about secrets, it's about good playing.
Absolutely. And, what a really interesting thing that we've been seeing in the Mage Wars community is we've been seeing people suddenly start to figure out more how to deal with rush decks. And this is a sign that this game is starting to become a really mature, interesting type of skill-based system where you see a lot of players figure out, okay, I know rush is a problem, and now I can really figure out how to block it using something like Guardian Angels, using things like block, great little spells like that. That's not to say that rush is like completely useless, but it's a really cool thing to see the game evolve into this sort of like more dynamic mid-game section.
I'm actually interested to see the counter rush. The rush that when people have learned to develop around rush, what can the rush do to still make sure it can rush? That usually comes at a more advanced level. So, as the meta develops.
All right, so it looks like we're actually going to have House. He's going to be in the top left because we switch positions here, it looks like. And it looks like Theasaris is going to be in the bottom right and as the Warlock. And I think we are good. We have all initiative.
We see the initiative marker. Okay, good. Purple is House.
It's going to be the top left here with the Priestess. Priestess, really interesting support mage. You usually, don't think of the Priestess being I'm going to gear up and beat your face in unlike the Warlock right now, but usually as one of those support mages that lets those knights or those guardian angels kind of do all the work for her.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's kind of how the Priestess should be played, in my opinion. I remember the first year that the tournament happened, the winner of the tournament was a Priestess build that actually used just like 4 Hand of Bimshalas and a bunch of equipment, and that's actually now that is why Hand of Bimshala is unique, because the Priestess suddenly became the most powerful equipment build.
which was a ridiculous thing. Swinging in with 4 Hand of Bimshalas.
Yep.
So you just dealt 10 or 11 dice of damage.
That was actually also before Battle Fury didn't give you extra it still gave you the extra melees per additional attack. So you're like, I'm just gonna do 25 dice of damage today.
Yeah, because you had the melee plus bonuses for both attacks. And alright, so we're about to go into the first round here, and it looks like both of them are well planned. It should be a really fun little thing where they, you gotta love players that love their openings and know what they're doing. We see looks like we see House create the Mana Crystal. A very classic opening.
Although, moving side like that, moving down the board rather than moving into the center is a very interesting choice, because it immediately says, it kind of gives you a tactical position right off the bat. If she had moved, or if House had moved down with the Priestess instead, it would have taken that center of the board, meaning the opponent can't escape from you.
And it looks like the Warlock and the Priestess are both going with the Battleforge. This is going to be, and they're both advancing towards each other. We are 3 spaces away right now, and this is going to heat up quickly.
we see the Priestess running the Mana Crystal and the Warlock placing an enchantment on himself. So right now, what I'm expecting is going to happen is they're just going to both be beating each other in the face. They'll probably have 1, maybe 2 creatures on the field, and it's just going to get really aggressive and really dirty at some point.
Absolutely.
It's just going to happen rapidly.
And we all know that once one of them takes one more step, the cursing can start happening, the attack spells can, and I actually think that it depends what this enchantment is. It could be something as simple as a Nullify, or it could be a Bear Strength, and he's planning on doing some serious damage next turn.
It could be a surprise, maybe a Cheetah Speed. I mean, it would be weird and a little, but it's very possible. He might decide that he doesn't like Priestesses and just wants to get rid of them as quick as possible. Who knows?
It would be ridiculous if he did something like... Because he put that equipment, the Warlock, on that Battleforge really quickly. Hasn't even planned his 3rd card yet. This Priest is looking at it was like, you know exactly what you're doing. Oh man. I mean, you could theoretically use your quick cast, force push yourself, or teleport yourself 2 spaces, reveal the Bear Strength, have the whip, have the Bear Strength, and your melee +1, it could hit the Priestess for 7 dice.
With plenty enough mana to pull it off, too. That's kind of sick. Nope, we're going to see a Ring of Curses.
Alright, well, this game... Alright, I was going to say, the Priest is going for more of the long game, but advancing, and now we're seeing the Warlock going for more of the longer thing. Ring of Enchantment comes out. I didn't think we were going to really see a rush there, but you never know.
You never know. Theasaris is one of his strengths from what I've seen in games so far is he's quick to react.
Oh, absolutely.
When he sees a weakness in his opponent, he likes to snipe on it right away before they have the chance to make up for that gap.
And doing that advancing really helped him identify and be able to sort of bring out that time. Oh, and looks like we're seeing the Blood Reaper come out as a Blood Demon. A very good choice for Blood Demon, or for your Blood Reaper.
Blood Demon's fantastic.
Blood Demon and Blood Reaper all in the same package. You gotta love it.
Blood Demon Reaper. The Demon Reaper.
Blood for the Blood God. It looks like the priestess is using the Enchanter's Ring.
And responds with a Guardian Angel.
Okay, so we have 2 flyers here.
Well, so far what I've said is true. We see, a little bit of medium-sized creatures coming out to defend the mages. If they never cast a creature again, I won't be surprised.
The distance they are from each other, casting those creatures could actually put you at a disadvantage.
Yeah, it's true. That 3 zones is really tricky. Because at that point you have to wonder, what can your opponent do?
And the Warlock... a house, bringing on the second enchantment on himself. He has the Ring of Curses, but I bet both of these aren't curses. So very interesting to see what he's going to do with that. And Theasaris using the quick cast. What will it be? Gonna enchant the Guardian Angel with something? That could be a lot of things.
Oh man. I mean, ever since we've seen it on Octagon for a little while, but Charmina did post the Tinkerbell's Angel build, which is just the concept of running a Guardian Angel or a solid creature like that and just buffing it to the gills. Because she can already protect you, but if you give her, things like Bear Strength and stuff like that, she's just a solid creature all around.
And, this Ring of Curses was a really interesting choice because he didn't actually cast a curse this round. He didn't even have one in his hand. Yes. So I wonder if it was a sort of a fake out towards the Theasaris. Because it was like, oh, you have a Ring of Curses? You're probably going to try to curse me this round. And as you can see, he didn't. So this is kind of more of a... You're probably looking to see as a, when am I going to use this? Kind of thing.
Absolutely. I mean, he can move this turn he can move 1 space and use it, so the priestess is probably already considering, okay, is this the time that he's going to curse me? And if Theasaris never runs a curse for the rest of the game, yeah, that seems like a waste of a spell, but at least he'll be constantly keeping him wondering, well, what am I doing here?
So what's really interesting right now is the Warlock has a really cool way to heal right now by doing damage, but at the same time, the Priestess can just dodge. So, with the Guardian Angel, of course. So, we're going to probably see out of the Warlock unavoidables, like the Flame Blast. We're going to see Force Pushes, or especially since the Angel flies, maybe a Jet Stream if he wants to risk it.
Absolutely. I mean, preferably... knocking the angel down in the first place would be best. It's going to be very defensive. I feel like it's going to be a matter of trying to get around your opponent's defenses in this case.
And I think that's why we're seeing this planning phase take so much longer than those first 2 rounds, because both the players are really just, and we see a Leather Gloves come out of the Battleforge for the Priestess.
She's already anticipating that she's going to be hit.
I will probably take damage this game. I will need these gloves. Gloves are a great choice for that Battleforge.
Oh man, yeah, definitely.
And his own pair of gloves, made of metal.
that is an I'm surprised. I'm not gonna lie. That's a little bit surprising. I'm not used to seeing
the Gauntlets of Strength come out of the Battleforge, and this Warlock is really looking to be the aggressor. I think this priest is gonna sit back and probably just wait for this to come up.
There are certain pieces of equipment in this game that when you cast them, they immediately say, well, this is what I'm going to do. You basically declare how you're going to win or how you're going to play. Simply casting a Ring of Curses says, yeah, I'm probably going to cast Curses and I want the mana discount. But casting Gauntlets this early in the game says, I'm going to hit you.
Another Guardian Angel coming out for the Priestess. Those Guardian Angels are scary to get once they get buffed up, and they're scary just alone. The ability to heal that 2 damage is insanely good because you get the benefit of the intercept and the benefit of healing, and your dodge comes into it, it is a great little creature to sync up with itself.
Not to mention the Aegis in a counterattack. They're really hard to work around, and right now the Thesaris being he's out creatured at the moment, and that is not a position you want to be in with Guardian Angels on the field.
And the curse comes out for Theasaris, starting to curse that priestess, and we see House down at 2 mana, so that is enough for an enchantment. Where Theasaris still has 8 mana total, he could still pull out little benefits and little things, whereas House is here. We know what he's doing.
Oh, absolutely. House does have that 2 mana left in a quick cast. If he planned correctly, he might have a Seeking Dispel in his hand. Because if he was thinking the same thing we were thinking when we saw that Ring of Curses come down.
Oh, advancing the Guardian Angel. He knows what's about to happen.
Looks like he's about to try to zone the Warlock. If he moves that other angel to the right there, he's just going to surround the Warlock and have his priest just completely out of range of fear.
The Guardian Angel, of course, not guarding. Interesting. So that means we will probably see this Guardian Angel go on the offensive, which means this enchantment here could be a Lion Savagery, could be a Bear Strength. Whatever it is, it's probably not defensive.
I'm going to be honest, I don't really see the huge tactical advantage to not having that Angel Guard there, because...
He says he doesn't want to land. Oh, he probably doesn't want the Warlock to be able to punch him in the face or something like that.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, yeah, I figured with the ability to make the Angel dodge the attack, it could actually soak up a full action from the enemy mage. But at the same time, I mean, I understand. It's not
Absolutely.
Not by any means a misplay. It's just an interesting choice.
And it looks like House bringing another enchantment on this one Guardian Angel. This is going to be a buffy little angel.
That's the champion.
that is the champion. And the Warlock moving back in desperation. What's happening? And another enchantment. This time probably a curse against the angel.
Man, that angel right there
Any
must
nullify?
feel very...
If it's a nullify, House can't pay for it.
Oh.
Not a nullify. All right, so...
Well done. Well done.
You know, this Enchanter's Ring... Oh, and it looks like we have a curse revealed. Chains of Agony. We'll be setting that priestess on the ground, making sure he can't move anywhere, and if he does, he will pay for it.
It's pretty easy to remove, but at the same time, it's one of those enchantments that... Do you really want to waste a Dispel getting rid of it?
Absolutely. And not only that, but you can get combos off of it with like Moloch's Torment or the amulet, that places burns on creatures that are cursed.
As long as you have one curse, that's all you need. And if you cast the easy curses your opponent doesn't want to get rid of, you can take full advantage of all those extra abilities that those pieces of equipment provide. And
I think this is the first aggression we've seen so far. Is this curse getting revealed? No damage yet, but it's the first time we've seen something that's a, hey, I don't like this directly affecting me. And, we're in a really interesting state right here. We have a lot of enchantments down that aren't revealed. We don't really know what's going on. And I think this next turn is going to start kind of swaying in favor of one player or the other.
Absolutely. Top of round 4, the players are beginning their planning phase. Obviously, they're going to take advantage of the Battle Forge. Both players seem to be a little bit strapped for mana. I mean, I guess the Thesaris is doing all right. He can pretty much get away with casting whatever he wants. But I wouldn't be surprised to see only a little piece of armor come out of House's Battle Forge.
Absolutely. I can definitely see the aggression starting to happen against this priestess. I'm really curious how House is going to take care of this angel. Is he going to go after it directly, or is he just going to try to ignore it and kill the mage?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that ghoul rotting is necessarily the best idea, because its ability can just heal
it.
But then at the same time, it forces that angel to guard instead of just attacking for for all the dice of damage.
Lion Savagery or Bear Strength. And once the guards, you can kind of manipulate what's happening with the guard. And, it would be interesting. We could see a Lash, and that does have reach, so he could possibly hit the angel with it. We could see all sorts of equipment come out of here. We could see him start armoring up. We are in range of things like, Wall of Thorns tricks and things like that.
I mean, of course. I think he could cast that Lash. I think...
Cloak of Shadows, maybe. That would be a good choice since they're 2 zones away.
He is getting a little bit close there. I mean, granted, the priestess can move 1 space forward, but then he takes a point of damage. There's the trick right there. Use Cloak of Shadows to incentivize the damage from Chains of Agony.
It looks like Theasaris is having trouble figuring out that last card. Probably because of the mana constraint. He has. Oh yeah, actually.
House. You
House.
just you
Yes,
just got him
it.
switched.
My bad. House is having trouble with that last card. Usually with that 12 mana, we'll see probably like a breastplate come out here or something. Maybe a dragon scale Haubrick. Just starting to like gear up that sort of thing.
Oh, it'd be completely understandable with the aggression right at your doorstep. I don't doubt it.
Here we go. He did choose to go with Moloch's Torment
full
out.
offense.
And so we're gonna see the fun thing about this is that each creature that has one. So it's not only 1 damage from this. It could be multiple creatures. He could theoretically do right now 3 damage if he curses all of them during upkeep.
Oh heck yeah!
Which is an insane amount to do.
It does start to get a little mana intensive, but hey.
1 for 1. Sometimes people say that, a damage is equal to 1 mana. That kind of changes depending on what you're looking at.
It really depends.
Especially with the Warlock, which you can do a lot more damage in terms of mana. We see the leather boots come out for the Priestess.
The Warlock does seem to... no surprise to anybody. He is the most damage potential mage out there because he does have the possibility of cursing and slowly killing your opponent. And then when they start dealing with your curses, you can suddenly switch to fire attack spells. It's really hard to react to that, and the entire time you're being very aggressive.
Hand of Bimshala comes out with the Priestess on our quick guess. This is the versatile card. Used to be so good that they had to change it to unique.
And it's still pretty dang cheap. For 5 mana, you're going to get an effect that you're going to use for the rest of the game.
Mm-hmm.
You could argue that if you're going to find an aggressive mage and you know it's going to happen, instead of turn 1 mana crystal, you can go Hand of Bimshala.
Absolutely. The tension here, Theasaris passing, this is an intense moment because whatever move the Priestess makes right now, the Warlock can react properly. And I think Theasaris knows exactly what he's planning, and that's why he's passing.
So it looks like he's going to activate that top creature right there. Oh, and House is going to move in.
He's going to guard?
Wondering if he's going to guard, because weirdly enough, he's not...
Oh, he does guard!
He does guard, so he's not actually protecting the other angel, unless there's a ranged attack. It really does nothing but hinder the creature, the Warlock on the ground. So that Warlock right now moves up. He kind of has a clear shot to the Priestess.
Leaving that Priestess open, very interesting. Of course, if the Warlock chooses to run in 2 zones, the Priestess, this Chains of Agony suddenly becomes less useful. The Battle Forge becomes less useful because he doesn't have range anymore.
Yeah.
It was an interesting choice to guard there.
I feel like right now... this Warlock can disengage from everything right now, whether moving up or back, just 1 space.
And we see Darkpack Slayer come out.
All right. So
another great creature for the Warlock.
The Blood Reaper's on the Blood Demon, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we got the Blood Reaper on the Demon Reaper, or if you will, and the Darkpack Slayer without the Darkpack. And so it's very common to see the Warlock run a buddy build, or even like a 2 buddy build.
2 to 3 creatures can be a solid choice for the Warlock because he doesn't want to invest so much in the buffs, but rather in the curses towards the enemy, and you need that extra damage to take advantage of it before they can react. And the Darkpack Slayer is perfect for that. That Piercing 2 is going to basically negate this Hand of Bimshala if he chooses to do that armor.
Oh, heck yeah. It's... All he has to do is get around the Guardian Angel's the ability to avoid, and he can probably knock out 1 or 2 of them in a couple attacks, and that will pretty much set the pace of the game. But it requires some decent rolling and some really good tactical maneuver, which is one thing the Warlock kind of lacks.
Looks like absolutely. It looks like House is activating the Hand of Bimshala, giving melee +1 to the Guardian Angel. The Guardian Angel's going in, and is he going to reveal any enchantments? He's targeting the angel. He's targeting
Angel. Targeting 3 creatures to choose from. What are you going to do?
He can attack anyone. And he's attacking the Blood Reaper. Interesting, because he's flying. He is attacking him.
All right.
With his short sword attack, he's going to be doing 3+1, unless he reveals some sort of enchantment. So that's 4 damage against the 1 armor. But of course, the Blood Demon is guarding. He had to attack him.
Oh yeah. After all that discussion, oh yeah, you had to guard token.
And he reveals a Bear Strength at the last minute, dealing an extra 2 dice. And it looks like he's going to take 5, 6, 7 damage.
Holy cow, that's a really good hit.
And he reveals a Lion Savagery now. What? You did that out of order.
What?
It didn't ask you to reveal a line. Oh my god. Okay.
So it asked her. Oh, that's the problem with Octagon. It must have asked to reveal Bear Strength, and he said yes, but it didn't ask to reveal Lion.
Unless they call a judge ruling, I'm going to let them decide for it. Because technically you're supposed to reveal... You are actually supposed to reveal Lion Savagery before you move, because charge specifically states when you move and then attack, you get charged. So if you reveal it after you move, it actually doesn't count for the charge bonus, because you're not moving and attacking while you have charge on.
That would make sense. I thought the wording was, if the creature moved this turn, it gets the bonus. Which means, if that's the wording, then it doesn't matter which order. Man,
I've heard the way that I just said it, but I have not actually physically looked it up.
Looked it up? Yeah. I don't know.
Unless they decide, I don't know if we need a judge ruling. Just roll 2. Okay, he's going to let it go. I have no problem.
All right. Sometimes it's better just to let the players, figure it out for themselves. But it's already nice to see that little friendly little matchup.
That is one thing that I really appreciate about the Mage Wars community is that both of them are cooperating without having to get like official things. Hang on a second. Put a guard back on Demon.
So it looks like we're just gonna.
Okay, it looks like we're just gonna go through it. Never mind. Just counter. Ouch. Dead immediately then. Alright. Alright, well I guess the Blood Demon's gonna die because he's gonna take an extra 4 damage from that Lion Savagery.
Holy cow.
A 1-hit kill. And this Champion Guardian Angel is insane now.
That just sets the pace for the game right there. Oh man, to see a Blood Demon go down in 1 hit.
That is a brutal thing. I mean, we are talking...
I mean, you really have no choice. You've got to take a Blood Demon down in 1 hit.
It's a 3 spellbook, 12 mana thing. That is insane. It definitely puts the Priestess at the advantage. The Priestess hasn't won yet, but has a huge lead now.
So we discussed earlier Theasaris seeing an opening in his opponent's plays, but I don't know how he is when it comes to him having an opening in a weakness, a chink in his armor, if you will.
That 1-hit kill, insanely
I wouldn't even doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it if he doesn't have another one in his deck. I don't.
Well, I mean, the thing is, he's flying, so now all you have to do is give the Guardian Angel cheetah speed, and he can just keep doing
getting
that damage
the charge
back
over and over
forth.
again. Unless he gets a flying creature on the field again, or Gravicore, I guess. There's really no response to prevent that from happening.
Yes, all the promos are available in this game, so we could see Gravicore come out. Or the Gravitar weapon, I guess.
Oh, man. That Hammer of Gravitar. Ooh. Oh, I love it. I love it hard.
All right. So, Theasaris definitely taking his time thinking about this.
You blame him?
He is thinking, how am I going to get out of this? He is dealing with 2 Guardian Angels, one of them super beefed up. That Priestess, I think as long as the Priestess is 2 zones away, he does not care about moving. House. And they're both just thinking. Like, I really think Theasaris is really trying to think, how can I get out of this situation?
How do I take down a Guardian Angel buff to the gills when the only the creature that I had on the field just died in 1 hit? That's extraordinary. Let's see. It was 3 dice of damage normally, +2 for Bear Strength, bringing us up to 5, and an additional 2 from Lion Savagery.
+2 and the piercing 1 negating the demon.
We're talking 7 dice of damage.
And then an additional 1 because of the hand.
So 8. 8, and the Blood Demon has what, 10?
11, I think.
I think it's 11.
With the armor 1, with the armor 1, and which is negated, of course.
So that was a good roll.
Yeah,
I mean,
that extra 2 dice he rolled, 4 damage out of that.
Yeah, that's insane. I mean, had it lived, the Blood Demon would have counterattacked, probably potentially missed its attack, and had it missed its attack, it wouldn't have been able to regen that much, and it might have died next turn anyway. But that first turn just OTK.
What a way to do first blood. And it looks like GT. All right, it looks like Theasaris dealing 1 damage because of the Malek's Torment back to the House's Mage. Looks like both of them might be deploying. Oh, man. He needs to get rid of that melee marker. +1 marker.
So we're just bringing this up. Oh, thanks, House. The Hand of Bimshaling offers it for the end of the round. But that, I mean, it's not like we're by any means like angry at him or anything. It's just
no.
The Octagon, you have to be manual with some things still, and so it's so many things are automated in Octagon that the manual things you tend to forget about.
Yeah, and usually when you play on in like a real life board, you put that melee +1, but usually you don't actually put the marker on there. Whereas this, you want to because it is the automated attack. He's got the disjointed smiley face there.
I didn't hit the shift button. I hit the enter button.
So it looks like both of them are going to be deploying out of their Battleforge. What comes out of here is a very tricky thing, and I think more for Theasaris than House. I think House is just thinking, I can do whatever I want right now. We might see a regrowth belt come out of House so that he can negate the Malek's Torment in a passive way.
That would give Theasaris one more thing to worry about, as his plan would currently not be working.
Having your demon die in one hit, probably not working out the way you wanted it to.
It's pretty tough. I'm wondering what his response is going to be. We see Theasaris running in with how much mana? 8 mana? He spent 1 on Malek's Torment, and looks like he used everything he had. He kind of blew his load last round.
And House having 11 mana still. And that's a lot of mana to do temples. It's a lot of mana to do attack spells. You could even get a cheap... Well, I mean, I guess a cheaper creature for the Ring of Asur coming out. Oh. Probably going to start seeing the Holy Enchantments come out. And the first weapon getting revealed has Reach, Mage Staff for the Warlock.
Interesting you didn't choose the Lash.
Yeah, that is actually really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
They both have Reach, and I wonder if he's starting to think, am I going to have to deal with something ethereal?
It's very possible. I mean, that is kind of interesting to choose that Mage Staff right there, because it costs, 3 less than the Lash does?
Yes, 3 less, yeah. So it is mana efficient.
Yeah, it does the same amount of damage. It doesn't have the burn chance, but in return, it allows you to deal with one more circumstance.
And you get you do get that with Lash, but you get the melee attack with the Reach, so you still get your +1 because of the gauntlets, +1 because you're a mage.
Costs the same amount to put in your spellbook, too.
Absolutely. And it looks like we see another buff going down for the Angel, the Champion Angel.
Could be that cheetah speed we were talking about. If he doesn't throw down a flying creature, which is impossible.
Yeah, he has only 4 mana left, and it looks like, Champion going after the Warlock. We're just going right into creature actions, and we did not see a Cheetah Speaker revealed. Unfortunately, what is he doing? Okay, giving a melee +1.
Understandable.
Technically, you're supposed to do that before you activate the creature, but
Whatever.
Most players don't really. They just kind of let it slide. And looks like, is he going to reveal an enchantment? Let's find out. We have a lot of promos it could be. It could be anything from like a Critical Strike.
Critical Strike would be good, although there is no armor on the board. He's completely thrown defense to the side here. So really, he doesn't need to worry about things like piercing or, counter defense.
And looks like an Agony gets revealed on the Guardian Angel. He probably did not have the mana to reveal it last round.
That would have been very
brutal.
helpful.
Looks like he's attacking with 4 dice, not revealing anything. 3, 4, 5.
That could have been a misplay on Theasaris. Instead of casting
he might have forgot it.
Quick cast, he probably could have revealed it, and that would have saved his creature. Agony versus Bear Strength is in all ways, I mean, better, except for that it doesn't help you win the game. So while you're getting melee +2 from Bear Strength, that doesn't help with additional attacks for that attack sequence. You're only going to get the melee +2 for one of the attacks if you do a battle,
Absolutely,
Battle
yeah.
Fury. However, Agony, if you do Battle Fury and you're Agony, you're going to roll 2 less dice both times.
That is a brutal thing. Double strike, those sorts of things, sweeping, all that stuff. It is a brutal thing. They don't hinder non-flying, right? Yes. And it looks like, sorry, I just had a rule clarification there. And it looks like 5 damage dealt to Theasaris' mage. And we're just seeing the attacks get let on. And it looks like Dark Slayer just running in, going, I'm going to go after your mage because... And you start dealing the damage. There's no point in me dealing with these angels.
Absolutely. So he's going to run in there. What he's going to do right now is he's hindering that priestess. So the priestess has basically 2 options. Either move away or stay in the same zone. By staying in the same zone, you're basically... You're getting rid of your mobility, and he's going to have to rely on that second guardian angel to protect him. Because piercing 2 against his 2 armor doesn't help him at all.
Absolutely.
I guess the other option would be to, I don't know, move away or stay in the same place. But if he moves
Either way,
change
he's going to be
Agony.
taking some damage. And, even if we have a Dark Black Slayer with his sword above his head chasing this priestess, either way, that priestess is getting hurt.
Theasaris making a play 4 turns in advance.
Exactly. If I just have him chase you, not... Oh, it looks like we have enchantment transfusion going down. Probably going to transfer both Bear Strength and Line Savagery to this other Guardian Angel, and we're going to start seeing this hurt happen.
Oh, absolutely. He's going to transfer that over, and he's probably going to move it. He's probably going to move it to that angel, and then run in and attack that Dark Pact Slayer. Because right now, that is the only other big threat on this board.
Yeah, with Theasaris only having 2 mana left, we're really looking at a situation where he could either just try to kill Theasaris because he has more dice, or he could try to kill this Dark Pact because if he kills him, he basically wins the whole game.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Either way,
it is sick.
He's in a fantastic situation here.
Granted, with those with all those enchantments moved over to the angel, after that, this one angel right here is going to be rolling 1 die to attack. Obviously, until the transfusion happens again. But I wouldn't doubt if there's 6 transfusions in this deck. It'd be a little weird, but you could do it.
Even if a Guardian Angel is dealing 1 dice, it still makes a fantastic creature for guarding. It still makes a fantastic, just defensive-oriented guy.
Oh yeah, the damage dice, the attack of the Guardian Angel is just a bonus.
Absolutely. And what are you moving? Are you? Oh, it looks like he's gonna move both Line Savagery. Oh, Agony has taken over the angel.
Where's the angel?
It'll return once.
So it looks like
back.
we cast an angel on Agony.
Yeah, right. It's the only way to deal with it. And looks like we just got to attach this Line Savagery.
We see a friendly message from Theasaris saying, well played. I hope that's not him giving in and just giving up.
This is honestly, I really love the Octagon community. Everyone here is so friendly. You don't have people on that get upset about things because everyone here is just really happy to play this game and wants to learn how to improve in it. Can't target Line Sav.
Absolutely. Which reminds me, for those of you who are not into Octagon, this is what you're missing out on. A friendly community of people who want to play all the time. By the way, all the time. Lately I've been jumping on Octagon a lot more, just as a habit when I jump on my computer. And usually I'll get a message once every other day or every day. Asking for a match because people just like to jump on and just hang out.
Absolutely. And everybody, there's a nice little friends list here, and if someone's on, you just say, hey, you want a match? And usually people are if they're on, they're let's play. He's going after the mage.
Oh. Well, he looked at the thing, he looked at the situation, said, all right, that mage doesn't have any defense. I'm just going to take advantage of the damage now.
He's going to be doing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dice of damage.
7 dice of damage.
Oh, that is insane.
Oh my.
And all he had to pay was just a little bit of mana. Oh.
That's a pretty
9 damage off of that.
That is a pretty good roll.
9 damage off of 7, and of course there is a
reveal.
brace yourself going down. So it looks like he's gonna have 4 armor versus 1 piercing. So it looks like he's gonna be taking what is
He's
that?
gonna be taking 3 less dice, or three less damage.
3 less. So it looks like he's taking 6 damage still off of 7 dice when there's a brace yourself. Insane.
Well played. That brace yourself. Maybe that was, I don't know. That's what he cast instead of revealing
the agony.
The agony, right? Although actually that would have cost 2 and the agony cost 3, so he wouldn't have been able to reveal it anyway.
Huh.
And made a little tactical error there on House's part. Now he's left his angel stranded.
Yeah, his angels now have no choice but to double move and get away. And honestly, this priestess moving over to the right might be the right choice, just so he can get in range of his angels next round.
Heck yeah! I mean, he'll take one damage. I would say that's pretty worth it. Being able to allow your creatures an extra, or be able to do something next round is pretty important.
Now, a big thing to keep in mind here also is that Theasaris is outside of the Battleforge range. He is done with that deployment for now.
4 pieces of equipment, pretty strong. Okay. Takes the center of the board. This allows... So right now, House has taken that center of the board, and that's important because he is... With doing that, he said there's nowhere you can go. I mean, obviously, the far corners of the map, but otherwise, there's no safe place for anybody to go to get away from
Anyone can
him.
run to and reach anywhere now.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's using Quick Cast, and he's going to buff up that Slayer with something. Unless he chooses the Curse, which I don't think he's going to do.
Oh. And then he's going to follow it up with a Dispel?
Although he's... No. It looks like House is going to Dispel the Agony.
Ah, smart. Angel's back up. He got his bonus back.
Yeah, right? And that 5 mana for that extra 2 dice is definitely going to be worth it.
So it looks like both mages at this point are reconvening. They're regathering their strength here.
Absolutely here. And this is going to be probably where House says, I've got this, I'm going to win this.
Theasaris is spending all of his mana every turn, which is generally a good idea. However, if he has another creature in his book, playing the way he is, he's never going to get to cast it because he's playing too efficiently with his mana, rather than saving up 2 or 3 points, in order to get another demon down.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I'm sure what Theasaris is thinking, at least as Warlock is thinking right now, is curses.
Fun. All right, he's going to target him with Moloch Storm.
And that is a good choice. We haven't seen any healing come out. We have seen the ring come out, which means he could heal himself and negate at least that 1 damage because of the ring, and because the priestess's main ability to just gain life from doing holy enchantments or healing
by being
exactly. And
Handabim Shala too can act as a way to counterattack that, but it's much better for that melee right now. If you're on aggression, you want to stay on the aggression and you just want to win.
Absolutely, and I really think that the Warlock right now is in this position where he could theoretically just start staying up in this top right or left area, and he could summon another creature to maybe bolster his strength. He only has 8 mana though, so there's not much he can do. Or he can just go for broke and say, I have to destroy you right now because you're just going to keep getting stronger, and I can't do anything about that.
No, it's completely understandable. Right now, there's an interesting... I feel like if either of these players make a certain play, could set the pace for the rest of the game, and we'll know who's going to win, basically. If House summons 1 more creature, I think this game is over. If if he doesn't get rid of an angel, then I suppose he can win without getting rid of one of the angels. I suppose the Azure still definitely has a chance there, but
it's very slim. Honestly, he has to keep that priestess out of that range of those guardian angels. And looks like revealing that, getting rid of that, cool. All the upkeep is good. And we will see if that Battleforge, because I would say right now the perfect thing for the priestess could be a Knight of Westlock. This could be a feint in the Battleforge. And if he gets that Knight of Westlock out, suddenly he has these 3 creatures that are just all going to dodge everything. He has a personal guard, whatever he wants it to be. And that would just kind of, in my opinion, just seal this book right now.
Absolutely. House sitting on 13
looks like
mana.
We're going to be taking a break. Need caffeine. I'm not sure if House is from Germany.
I believe he is. I'm pretty sure Schwenk got, actually, I asked Schwenk what his name meant, and he was like, oh, that's just actually his name. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah.
So, it's early in the morning for us, but it's probably late at night for him right now.
Yeah. We're sitting here at 10 in the morning going over this match right now, going, we need caffeine, and he's sitting there, it's only 5 o'clock over there at the moment.
And, right now, So have you known? Do you know if any of the other matches, what it looks like right now, like in terms of who's won and who hasn't? Because I know Harry Poppins right now has taken
a victory,
taken his game.
I haven't seen the other match yet, but from what Schwenk said, Keijin pulled out a win, but it was really close.
Yes,
really close match.
And later today we have Sharkbait versus what's his name, Arxidus, that's it.
Arxidux.
Yes. And that's going to be another fantastic match.
That is going to be a really good... It's going to be a really good match.
And the mages are still unknown to everybody, and I still think it's going to be a fun little game. Of course, we know who the mages are, but we're not going to say it.
Not going to say it. You don't get to know until you watch these videos.
Although these videos are coming out after the game, so oh well. House is getting some caffeine because he's so German timeline right now.
It's 5 o'clock there.
Okay, well maybe he's just needs some late night.
You know what? Maybe he's just like, this is normally when I finish work.
And it looks like House revealing the Dragon Scale Halbreak means Theasaris' backup plans, if he has those, of fire, probably not going to be as effective as he thought it was.
Oh man. I mean, however, if he did just throw some curses in or cast another creature, then that Halberg's not going to be very useful, because that demon's got piercing 2 anyway.
Absolutely, that piercing 2 just overriding the leather, and it looks like a force push getting cast on the priestess.
Is he pulling a scorpion right now? Is he saying, get over here?
He's saying, get over here!
Looks like he's saying, get over here.
And I don't believe force push is considered a move action, so I don't think he's going to actually take a damage from that.
No. I mean, if the rules had declared, like, when you enter a zone, that would have been a different story.
Yes. And right away, doing the force push, doing the chopping of the head.
Oh, what's he revealing? What is he revealing?
Bear strength is revealed, doing an extra 2 damage, and wow! A guy has 6 dice of damage, dealing a total of 5, 8. He looks like 2 armor. He has 4 armor, piercing 2, so he's going to be dealing 6 dice of damage. Or 6 damage total.
At first, I was looking at it with the Blood Demon going, man, that was a really good roll. Maybe this just luck isn't with Theasaris. But just in general, apparently with this game, if you roll dice, you're gonna kill something.
Win. Nice rolls back at you. Oh, man. I was complimenting him back.
Alright, so, I mean, although we have battlefield control from House, I'm surprised he has battlefield control and he has taken less damage than the Theasaris. We have 9 damage on a Priestess to the Theasaris' 11. However, he is a Warlock and has more health.
This game is not over anytime soon. We could definitely see some sort of comeback. There is a lot of RNG in the rolls. You never know what's going to happen with that. And this...
Mm-hmm.
And Priest is moving down. That's a good choice.
What is he going to do with that? He's not going to guard with it.
He just wanted to get away, and he takes 1 damage because of the Chains of Agony. He's targeting... this could be the cheetah speed we've been talking about. That would be insane if it is.
I mean, right now, if that's cheetah speed, he basically just... He's saying...
And doing quick cast, doing a second enchantment on himself.
Fair enough. All right. Man, double enchantments, 2 secrets on the field. You don't know. Mm-hmm. Oh man, how do you react appropriately? Because right now,
not activating the current champion angel. It could just be another enchantment transfusing waiting to come out.
It could be. If he runs in and attacks that angel, he can reveal the enchantment transfusion and hit him back with it.
And the Warlock is starting to retreat. He's going, all right. I see what you're planning. I'm going to try and just stay out of that range.
I don't want to be part of this, bro.
Switching. He has gone across the whole arena.
He really has.
He's just one move a turn.
I don't know if Theasaris realizes this isn't a marathon. I'm not.
It is not a game where if you get 3 laps, you win. Cheetah Speed is revealed, doing the double move.
Coming in for the Dark Pack Slayer.
Wow, it looks... And is he going to do the hand? Yes, he is going to do the hand. Probably giving him melee +1, so it's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dice of damage. Piercing 1 against 2 armor.
So it looks like we're going to see 8 dice of damage against 1 armor. And a 14 health minion. That's unlikely that Dark Slayer's gonna do that.
But with the luck of House or anyone, it's Akira's here and he wants to see damage.
Everyone has my favor. Kill each other.
Man. 11 damage.
This
he
is
did 11
insane.
damage. He has 1 armor, so he's gonna deal 10 damage to the Dark Pack Slayer.
Oh,
leaving
these are
him
good.
with 4 health left.
Every roll
That
has
is
been like
insane.
2 to 3 damage above the average with armor
These
included.
angels are so happy to be the ones that are fighting, I think. to be the ones that are fighting. The ones that are actually dealing the dice. Because they know if they are the ones actually receiving, they would die.
Yep. It's all out aggression. Both players right now acknowledging that the dice are crazy on both ends. Just purely accepting it.
You gotta love it when games like this happen. 10 damage.
Oh, that's so crazy.
And with the Guardian Angel now guarding in the Priestess zone, you have a situation where this Dark Pack Slayer could move down and could die in 1 hit.
Yeah, choosing to attack could end up killing
The Guardian
you.
Angel could
choosing
dodge.
to defend could
Kill you.
Oh man, and now that has Cheetah Speed, there's nothing hindering that Guardian Angel. That Blood Demon, there was a lot banking on that Blood Demon.
We could see, honestly, the Guardian Angel still has an action. We could see him just move up and attack. We could see the Priestess just move up and attack. Oh wait, in the next round. We could see a lot of things here. Like,
man.
Which round is this? This is round 6? 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think it's round 6.
I think it's let's see, 5. I think it's actually 7 because
7?
Last turn Theasaris didn't cast equipment on himself. Actually, we see a little bit of zoning here from House, whether that was just instinctive or on purpose, because we see Theasaris all the way in his far left corner. That has separated him from his Battleforge, and you can see from the Priestess being on the bottom right where Theasaris' Battleforge is. House is really just trying to push him away from his own Battleforge.
And it looks like he doesn't need that belt. He just has a regular regrowth getting revealed during channeling. And so he's going to heal that 2 damage, putting him just in the lead of the total damage taken.
Hey, look at that. He's winning now.
His mage is slightly better off.
I wonder if the Theasaris' decision for regrowth belt was, well, what if I'm too far away from my Battleforge?
Absolutely. Like, regrowth is just, it costs the same if you cast it on your mage as the regrowth belt.
Yeah.
And you have the option of putting it on your other creatures as well. Really solid enchantment.
Really, I mean, the only benefit of the belt over the enchantment is that you can cast it out of the Battleforge.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, you might as well run that. It's, I suppose the other reason for running a regrowth in this deck was, well, if my Blood Demon ever gets hurt.
Didn't even have the chance.
Oh, man.
And it looks like the Priestess just keep bringing out that equipment, and with each equipment that comes out, the Priestess secures this game a little bit more, because that's one free action buffing it, whereas the Warlock is spending that one action doing that buff himself.
Just trying to survive, though, versus actually just solidifying a win. It's a risky position to be in. We've had this conversation a lot, and right now Theasaris has definitely lost the swing of this game. He's at a disadvantage, and usually the only best way to take that advantage back is by either really clever plays or by really risky plays.
And things like attack spells, things like certain incantations, those are those risky cards that can get you back into the game. That if it costs some mana, but you have the opportunity to deal lots of damage from attack spells, and if you manage to get it, especially from this game, you can totally secure yourself.
Absolutely. I mean, that's actually the thing. The reason why Guardian Angels are so strong in the meta right now is because it's hard to kill them with those attack spells and hard to make those risky plays to beat them. So once the Priestess gets on top,
it is super safe. Guardian Angel, Gargoyle, Sentry, Dwarf, Panzerguard.
Mm-hmm.
Those are all great creatures for that. And it looks like the Meditation Amulet coming out of the Battle Forge. This Priestess wants to sit and just buff herself, probably get out some creatures or enchantments, and just win.
I feel like, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like that Meditation Amulet is kind of a cocky move.
He needed something to do.
Yeah, like, whatever. I guess I'll just stay here and not move.
Dispelling the Bear Strength on the Angel. Good choice, especially with those dice. Might as well be worth 4 damage with that one dispel with these dice going on. And it also helps because with the Enchantment Transfusion, if there is another one out there, it helps defend against that sort of double enchantment buff.
Yeah, absolutely. By doing that, he actually has taken away melee +4.
From 2 creatures, absolutely, yeah.
Right now, though, however, that angel is pretty vulnerable. I mean, it's never vulnerable, but if that angel dies with those enchantments on there, then they're both gone. Unless he has an enchantment transfusion on, he can't obviously pull the trick off.
Absolutely.
So
going in for that final kill, he wants to end it. So it looks like I think he still gets Piercing 1, and
doesn't he still have cheetah speed? I don't think he realizes now that he
could
can do the move, and he can move, to the right and move back left, and he'll get the bonus. But
that's fine if he doesn't want to do that. It looks like he's going to deal 2 damage to him because he has the Piercing 1 from that, but he has 2 armor to deal with.
And if he had moved, he would have gotten
the
extra dice.
One. Oh, little bit of a misplay, but I don't think that's going to really affect. I don't think it's going to affect what he was thinking in this.
No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't really. By any means, really. I will allow that Dark Pact Slayer to, I don't know, get an extra action off, maybe?
Dark Pact Slayer activates? Maybe?
Maybe activates?
Looks like he just removed it altogether. I don't want this action marker. Put it back on. Alright, and this is a big decision. He could choose to activate it and go after the Guardian Angel. Very risky because if he dodges, he just gets a free quick attack back. Or he could choose to retreat, wherein this Guardian Angel can't actually just fly up and kill him, so he survives 1 more turn.
Yes, also Theasaris used his quick cast already. What did he use it on? Was it
Theasaris dispelled the Bear Strength.
The Bear Strength. That's a good use.
But reducing his mana to 0.
So yeah, he's out of his quick cast as well. So right now that Warlock, the only option that he has available to him is to move and guard or attack something.
Attacking into that
dangerous.
The Guardian Angel, super risky. It could pay off. He's not going to be able to kill the Guardian Angel. Well, actually, no, he could. He has Bear Strength. He has 6 dice. He could theoretically deal 12 damage.
If there is no avoid, and once I mean it's
actually no, he has Aegis 1.
No, because he has Aegis 1.
Aegis 1 would do. And he chooses to move back.
He's probably just gonna guard, protect.
He attacks the Mana Crystal, and he kills the Mana Crystal.
8 damage to Mana Crystal. All right, well,
it dealt damage. It did something.
At least the rolls have been consistently crazy. Even against the Mana Crystal.
Killing a Mana Crystal in 1 hit, man. Of course, it has 2 armor versus Piercing 2, but statistically, he would have barely killed it.
Wondering if that was actually the right call there, because
well, if he wanted to deal the best damage he could have gone after. He wouldn't have killed that Forge in 1 hit. The crystal is the only thing he could kill in 1 hit. And I bet he's thinking, I'm only going to get 1 more opportunity to actually deal damage.
Yeah. The argument there is, should he have, instead of moved over that demon and just guarded with it, it would have soaked an additional attack. However, is that even worth it?
The Mana Crystal already paid for itself. I don't think... It looks like House isn't really sweating too much for mana. Okay.
It just separates himself from the demon.
I am out of here.
You're totally dead, dude. See ya.
Yeah, that demon there. I mean, you never know. We might see the Guardians just start going after the Warlock and
leaving the Dark
Pact. I'm hurt, but I'm good.
It's a tactical decision. He separates his creatures, and now House has to decide which one is he going to go after. And if he just goes after the Warlock, he basically calls Theasaris on his bluff. Because,
And it looks like, even though the Mana Crystal has died, the Meditation Amulet does come out. 1 mana was off the Battleforge to pay for it, so it pretty much makes it even for how much available mana the Mage itself has to deal with during its quick cast.
House just staying up on mana, staying up on creatures, just staying on top.
Are we going to see an attack spell? Or are we going to see another buff? Is he going to play it safe, or is he just going to say, I think I can win?
You know, one little sniping attack spell, like a blinding light, like could even just like, boom.
If
just
you get that stun off, it could just seal this whole game.
Yeah.
All right. He's going to use his quick cast. House is using his quick cast.
Still targeting the meditation amulet.
But it's he's holding that meditation amulet.
While
I really like
quick
this.
cast.
What will he do? What will he do?
Heavy decisions. Oh.
Looks like he's going to buff himself with something. It could be anything from a Nullify. It could be Rhino Hide. It's something that I'm sure is going to... Oh.
If that is a Ghoul Rod, I'm going to laugh so hard.
He's going to Ghoul Rod himself?
No, just been like, no, that's not what I meant to do. Ghoul Rod's the Dark Pact Slayer, just walks away from it.
A priestess taking Ghoul Rod. Dawnbreaker would be ashamed. And he's going to do it again. He really wants to get this enchantment on him.
I really want to Ghoul Rod myself.
Really want to Ghoul Rod. And it's not attaching. Nope. It's not attaching. And...
Telling me he has to completely scroll like over it and cover the card with it. No, the Theasaris knows that.
Yeah, no, it's... House knows this. If it's not working, it's a bug.
No. Okay, good. So not a bug. He just
wants to target himself. I guess he's not using his quick cast. All right.
It's been decided.
And let's see here. So everyone's out of actions. So now we're going to go into the next phase. And 3 mana on this Battleforge for Theasaris. So he could do something that is just going to start securing himself. You never know what's going to happen.
A little bit of armor, maybe.
It looks like he's going to deal that 1 damage to House, bring him up to 11 damage.
So we've got 11 damage on House versus Theasaris is 9 damage. Not a big change from last round, except for if you look over in a far upper left corner there, you see a Dark Pact Slayer licking his wounds.
Curses!
All right.
And, we don't see Theasaris planning anything right away.
He's sitting there looking at his selection
Do
of
I
cards.
want equipment? Do I want another creature? Because he's looking at 8 mana right now going, what creature can I get out that's going to help me? What opportunity do I have to save me?
What is going to change this game around? And usually a response I'll see from Warlocks in general against Angels, they'll often like Ghoul Rot or something like that. Instead of trying to just blast it because it has the dodge and everything, they just try to kill
and
it
with
over
the
time.
Priestess, the ability to just remove burns with a quick cast or full action.
Absolutely.
You have a great you really have to look at burns and just be like, I can't actually think it's going to hold out unless I wait for my in quick cast and it's their initiative.
Priestess is very fun how it works out because although her abilities are pretty dang blasé,
they're basic, but they're solid.
They're very solid.
You know?
The ability to say, well, it doesn't matter if you cast a condition on any of my creatures, I can remove it. That is just
No
a
matter
psychological thing right there that makes your opponent
You don't want to do tainted, you don't want to do rots or burns.
Yeah.
You don't even want to do things like stuck conditions because it's just like, well, the priestess is just going to take care of it and now we're even and they get their move.
I think the Priestess might be one reason that the spell Sleep isn't used often.
I could definitely see that. And the only thing that matches Restore as a card is Wand of Healing, but it can't remove as many conditions as you want. So,
yeah.
Against any other mage, stacking on multiple burns, things like that, is a solid choice.
Even against a Wand of Healing or anything like that. But in this case, the ability to spend a full action to get rid of 5 conditions although pricey, it's pretty effective. I mean, that would be the equivalent of doing like a purge magic, you know?
Absolutely. And it looks like Theasaris choosing to have some sort of equipment come out.
What do you think it is?
Let me think here. I'm guessing it's going to be either Cloak of Shadows, probably not, or it's going to be armor. Yeah, I mean,
All right, yeah. Makes sense.
And the armor coming out, I mean, it costs him 3 mana off his supply, so he's down to 5.
Interesting that he chose Stormdrake in his deck. I mean, I'm wondering if he has the Hauberk in the deck, but it's like, I don't know, he's probably not going to use fire because in Warlocks, I'll try this one instead. Meh. At this point, you do it for the 2 armor.
Yeah, he might just be afraid that that getting stunned right now from a lightning attack, I don't think it's really going to happen.
It's probably not going to happen, but I guess in the off chance that it does...
Theasaris curses the priest house.
So, what, 1 enchantment from each side on the priestess? You're seeing that a lot, actually, in this meta. The heavy enchantments are a thing
Enchantments
right now.
are really, really being beneficial. You know, you see things like, the Mana Wardstone.
A little bit of debate over whose action is right
Yep. I think he was just assuming he was going to pass, and he didn't pass. So obviously he didn't want to pass because he wants to use this demon as best as he can.
Let's see, that angel down there has a guard on it, and that demon's not probably going to get to do anything anyway. I say he just goes in for it.
He could go for it. He could try to kill the Battleforge. Although with all the equipment out, it probably wouldn't be a very smart... I mean, it would be the safe thing because you know you're going to get the hit off.
Hey, it looks like he's going for that Battleforge.
Or he could double move. What's he going to do?
I think he's going
for the Battleforge. All right, well, with the dice, you've got 6 dice. Piercing 2 against 4. And here's the roll. 2 damage and 7 normal damage. Insane.
This game.
That demon is like, why can't I hit creatures? I will just kill every conjuration until this game is over.
I feel like when playing a game, if you see that happening that often, you just summon like a whole bunch of goblin grunts. You're like, well, everybody's going to be rolling a lot of damage.
6 damage goblin grunts. That was not statistically probable, but a very nice action.
No, it's good. I mean,
it was safe.
It was very safe. They're still gonna have to take out the Dark Pact Slayer. Also, it removes that Dark Pact Slayer from getting attacked by the weaker angel, meaning he has to spend the heavier angel with all the enchantment. He has to spend its action trying to kill that Dark Pact Slayer.
Yeah, and I really think this angel here wants to move one. Oh, Samandriel coming out.
What did I say earlier about another creature?
Securing the lead with a legendary angel. This is going to be tough for Theasaris to come back from.
I don't really know. I'm going to be honest. I don't know.
Being able to deal that 1 extra damage against the dark, so rolling 6 damage against demons, that is hard to work with when you're the warlock.
If he was thinking about summoning a demon before, I don't think Theasaris is now.
Absolutely. Jeez. He has 3 mana left, but yeah, no, he's not going to save up for anything.
I mean, if you really want to tally what's going on right now, you can look at the mana cost of what each player has on the field currently. And if you look down, we're looking at Theasaris right now. No, click on Theasaris. And then you can look at his discard pile. I don't know if it's going to show everything.
You can't see everything.
Oh, that is a shame.
But you can see the top one, which is a Dispel.
If you could have seen everything in discard pile, you could sat there and count and seen what Theasaris no longer has on the field, and that's how far behind he is.
And I really think that was a solid move for the priestess. He got out that meditation amulet, and he was just like, you know what? I know I'm going to get Samandriel next round. I might as well just get that equalized mana, 1 off the Battleforge, 1 there. And so next round I'm just going to say, all right, I'm going to win no matter what. I don't even need to guard anymore because I can just win. And it looks like the Guardian Angel trying to secure the deal against the Dark Pact Slayer. Going for the head. Short sword versus demon head.
This is an important thing to note to players who are still up and coming, that was a good play by House when he was
plus one added. Sorry.
Yep. It's when he decided to when he was sitting there trying to make that decision whether to cast that enchantment last round, he was sitting there calculating his mana, and he decided to go against it because he knew he'd be able to get some Mandriel down.
That's a really good point. I think that choice was a smart one because this Angel, whatever enchantment he had out, this Angel secured it way better than that enchantment.
Oh yeah,
and it looks like the Dark Pact Slayer is going to die. Dice not doing nearly as much damage, but it is sufficient to kill him.
Finally, a bad roll.
A bad roll. It rolled 5 damage, 4 critical.
Oh, never mind.
With
a pretty good roll for 2 armor.
With a total of 4 dice, 5 damage, 4 crit.
That's insane. Never mind.
We did not see insane damage come out of that, but we saw statistically above. Alright, it looks like he's going to double move the Guardian. Needs to remove that guard marker. I'm sure he will. He's always a good player like that. And
there it is. Yeah.
And the Priestess. Does the Priestess have a quick cast? Has 2 mana.
Silly markers.
Just having a little banter there about the guard tokens.
Even in the face of death, Theasaris is still having a little bit of fun with the
that's
chat.
That's all you can have in this game. It's fun because as I said, like there's no reason to get upset about
bad rolling or anything.
Not even bad rolling, but just someone having a strategy where they just moved in and tried to kill you first,
Absolutely. And that's an important thing to bring out. A lot of people will take Majors very personally when they lose.
Reveals a healing charm, and Poison Blood also gets revealed at the same time, negating that healing charm.
Very well done.
Very smart. That is a solid counter. I don't think it's going to be enough to secure this game, but it definitely put the mana advantage more towards Theasaris.
Theasaris, that was a really good play.
Solid play, Theasaris. He
saw the enchantment on the Priestess and said, "Well, that's probably healing charm." And then he threw it on and was like, "Well, yep, I'm gonna Poison Blood that." That was really good.
Next round we might see the Priestess. House will probably just dispel the Poison Blood, or the Priestess will just run away because there's no point.
Countered.
So in the other terms,
yeah,
countered. Because whenever you reveal a enchantment, there is what's considered a counter spell step where you can reveal other enchantments. Yeah, what happens is there's a counter spell step where you can reveal Poison Blood, and when you reveal that, the other spell, it still goes off, but you can't actually gain health from it because the Poison Blood is there. So you spend the mana already, but that spell just literally just goes in your discard, not doing anything.
The 3 steps of a spell being cast are very important.
Yeah.
Because it's very important because when you can reveal an enchantment during a spell cast, at first you have to pay the mana, and then you have to do the counterspell step, and then the resolve of the action happens. However, in this case, it's an enchantment that I think that's the argument, is it's not a spell that he casts that heals.
He's not casting a spell, he's just revealing a spell already cast. That's why you're allowed to do it during the reveal counterspell step.
So what was the ultimate decision that they came up to?
Oh, there is no actual. He's not going to roll the healing or anything like that.
All right, so
it's in the supplement. It's a really nicely laid out.
Oh, good. All right. I was actually looking over that last night because me and Schwenkgott were talking about walls, and so I had to go do a lot of book diving, and in that supplement read through 90 different sections talking about walls.
I saw that forum post. On Arcane Wonders forum post, there's a bunch of discussions about rules and how it works. One of them right now is actually about walls. Whether or not Ballista, which is a promo card that you can see in this tournament, can target the wall in front of it, even though it has a minimum range of 1. And a lot of people say you can't, actually. And a lot of people say you can't do that, but you can use things like bow and arrows range 1 to hit a wall, which I'm not sure if I think that's true.
The conclusion I like to think of is it's ridiculous to think that it can't. And I think their argument is because it's not a creature, but that's kind of silly.
It's one of those things where, the slinger, or let's just take a goblin slinger, he can't exactly sling a rock at a creature in melee range.
Mm-hmm.
But he can sling it slightly ahead of melee range, so, like, it's not technically 1 zone away, it's like 0.5 zones away. So what does that mean? Like, it's not really 0.5, but it is 0.5. It's like 1 and not 1 at the same time,
That forum thread's getting a little confusing. People were they were starting to do math, and I was like, I feel like I'm a math guy, don't get me wrong, but I think that we need to start, like, simplifying the conclusion.
There'll probably be an official conclusion from Latin fans or something like that. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so back to this game here. Dark Pact Slayer has gone down. Very unfortunate for him. It looks like we have Theasaris trying to gear up a little bit more.
Theasaris has been very good about his mana efficiency. However, if he has another creature in his deck, that may be his undoing, because since he's so efficient, he never had the mana to cast the creature.
That's a good point. All of these equipment, they all spend a lot of mana to do it. And honestly, these curses, they've been useful for him, but they haven't been able to secure it. And, it's honestly... It's because that Blood Demon, I think, died really early that he lost a lot of advantage.
You can actually see that Theasaris, one of his problems right now is he has Gauntlets of Strength that cost 3, Mage Staff that cost 5, and he's never melee attacked.
You're right. He's not getting any benefit out of any of his equipment so far, except for the Amulet.
That's 2 Battleforge actions and 8 mana down that he hasn't been using.
And while he's been getting use out of Malek's Torment... you haven't been able to see a creature come up because of that.
Yeah. It's been bringing him down to 8 mana every turn, every time he uses it.
And it looks like the Veteran's Belt gets revealed, so no matter what, he is taking 2 less damage. That's because true. He has the Storm Drake Hide and the Veteran's Belt.
The numbers of how armor works with Veteran's Belt is very interesting. I was
how much
writing out
really
this flow chart the other day, and I was like, this is... Veteran's Belt, I mean, it's pretty obvious. It takes about 4 armor to really make it super effective, but, I don't know.
So we're in first quick cast phase. This is going to be a tense moment for both mages here. It looks like House choosing to use his quick cast. He's going to buff up this angel. It looks like we might have a second champion angel coming out here.
Absolutely.
And will Theasaris use his quick cast?
At this point, you want to use your quick cast, but you don't want to. You want to use it because you need a response now, but, I mean, really, like, if he uses his quick cast, he's...
Looking at 6 mana left, that really constricts him in his choices of what he can do. He is hoping to melee attack.
So there is something important to note out right now.
Looks like he skips his quick cast. Looks like House chooses to activate the angel, moves in and attacks.
He just takes the opportunity.
Might as well start just dealing the damage out. Hand of Bimshal activates, gives him melee +1, I assume.
Well, it makes sense. Although literally all game he's been using Hand of Bimshala after he moves the creature in.
Technically, you're not supposed to do that, but we haven't seen anyone complaining.
It literally does not matter.
Yeah, if Theasaris said something about it, I think we'd... Oh, Bear Strength getting revealed, so he's looking at 3, 4, 5, 6 dice of damage against 2 armor.
From the minor champion.
And it looks like he's going to roll 5 damage. 2 of that already is basic damage, so that Veteran's Belt does not help. So it looks like 3 damage going down against Theasaris' Warlock.
I'm wondering if Theasaris had any more armor. What? It's weird to throw down that Veteran's Belt that early without at least 1 more point of armor.
He has had this enchantment on him since, like, the beginning of the game. Maybe not that long.
So long that I've really forgotten what that is.
I'm really curious what that is.
You know what?
Could be a Bear Strength?
My guess, Armor Ward.
Could be an Armor Ward. That would be a very interesting choice. And it looks like Theasaris passing. Gotta love it when they pass. So, will he... I really want to see Simandriel get some attacks in. If Simandriel gets that stun in... I think the game's over. like securely over. Like nothing is no doubt about it.
So if the priestess had another enchantment transfusion, this match would basically be over because he just missed an opportunity. I guess he could still do it to move that angel over, and then cast enchantment transfusion on angel. Put it all onto Simandriel.
Yeah.
Give her cheetah speed
And
so she can
savagery.
move over. And
5, 6, 7 dice plus the chance the days are stunned before the warlock even has a chance to
oh yeah,
attack.
Oh, yeah.
Oh jeez.
it'd be harsh.
You know, Cement is really expensive, and you don't see a lot of people use it, but I really like that it has a chance to daze or stun, because you look at it and you go, this is like having an arc lightning in your hand, and that you get like free attacks with it every round.
That's closer to a lightning bolt. That's 5 dice of damage.
5 dice, yeah, absolutely. And if you get the days off, it's so good. And it looks like double moving with Simandriel guarding, and it looks like the warlock moving one guarding, going, "Come on at me, bro."
Get away! I'm getting away from Sandra.
Knowing that he's gonna have initiative next round means he can move another one, and then Simandriel will be out of range unless there's some sort of cheetah speed attached. Which there might be a cheetah speed next round attached.
Oh no! Oh no!
It could be. What he has here is Falcon Precision.
Oh, another curse.
Oh, cursing the priestess.
Falcon Precision? I suppose it could be. I mean, he did want to take down the angels earlier.
If it is, I think he would have honestly attacked the Guardian Angel.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. Like, he missed a few opportunities,
Yeah.
and since he wasn't using his full action to cast a creature, why not use it attacking?
Yeah, absolutely. So this could be anything from a Nullify to a Ghoul Rot. It could be a lot of different options. And with the 4 mana left, he can't reveal Ghoul Rot right now. I think it's 5 mana against the mage to reveal. Maybe it's 6.
That Simandriel was in this zone, was it not?
Yeah.
And then it moved 2 spaces?
Yeah.
And then it guarded?
That's a good point. You cannot guard with... Doesn't have fast?
Nope.
Done.
buddy.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Just give him the thanks. Oh. No. Thank you.
For this awesome match. So it looks like we are in upkeep phase, and it looks like pays 1 mana. Theasaris is going to deal 1 damage to this priestess. The priestess has taken 13 damage so far. It is getting up there.
I actually wanted to point that out because right now the thing is, Theasaris is starting to save up a little bit of mana here and there. If he plays his cards right, he can actually sneak out a win.
2 hurl boulders or
Two
fireballs.
just
Bam!
You weren't expecting that. That's the thing that you have to remember about Mage Wars is if you have only 14 life left, you are within kill range. As long as your opponent has the mana.
They say in this game, when you're at half damage, start worrying.
Yes.
Because you could just be bursted down.
I wouldn't start healing at half. I would start worrying that you're going to die at half.
Absolutely.
Like, immediately.
And maybe you're counter-risk healing. Maybe.
Yeah.
But of course, with this poison blood on, and maybe this is a Nullify. Because then if he tries to dispel it, it's like, well, you're going to waste your whole turn doing that. Next round, I'm going to have the ability to do 2 attack spells. So I'm just going to do another enchantment maybe somewhere around there this round with the anticipation that you're going to get rid of that poison blood.
I've realized from watching this match and a few other matches on Octagon that I've watched that one of Theasaris' strengths is I think he might be a chess player. He really does tend to think about 3 to 4 moves in advance. And so right now, if that is a Nullify or something like that, basically he's
Smart
planning
move.
to counter like a brace yourself. He's planning on countering
Absolutely.
something like that. That way he can get the perfect double attack off because that's really his only choice
And
right
I
now.
bet somewhere in his hand that he's going to be playing this round, he's going to have something else so that if this is a Nullify, another Nullify is going to go down. If this is something to counter Poison Blood, another Poison Blood is going to go down.
Oh, yeah. It's as long as he keeps that pressure on, as long as he keeps the curses active and stays away from angels.
And we see another thing getting attached to the battlefield. This might be a bluff.
Could be.
This might be.
I mean, if you know you're not going to cast equipment, you might as well throw it on there anyway, because at this point...
Why do you need it?
If House
you don't want to cast
actions attacking that Battleforge, I would applaud myself as Theasaris. I'd be like, yes!
Yeah, oh, it looks like the Wand of Healing coming out from the Battleforge. It only cost him 1 mana, 1 off the Battleforge, 1 off of his personal supply, so he's still looking at 11 mana. This is a solid choice because it didn't cost you much mana, and now you can deal with some of the things that might allow you to live a little bit longer.
Absolutely, and if at any point
Acid Ball coming out, looking to get rid of that 2 of that armor.
We knew it was going to happen eventually.
And he gets it. He gets the double corrode, rolling a 7 on the effect die.
And gets 2 critical damage off for an Acid Ball.
Solid.
Dealing 2 damage with an Acid Ball, pretty awesome.
5 mana for 2 corrodes, solid. So that 2 corrodes like counters basically the Dragon Scale or the gloves. This could be a rust.
That would make a lot of
sense.
sense.
It's Mage Maiden.
All right.
So he's looking just to deal that steady amount of damage. He thinks he can survive long enough, which he only has 6 damage on him, to just slowly eke out that damage. And I think you're right about doing that burst damage.
I think that's the plan. It makes, a curse build is not about killing them over time, or at least in my opinion. Mm-hmm. It's either there's really only 2 finishers. There's either I'm going to curse you and then hold you in place with spells and then hold you down. Mm-hmm. Surging Wave. So
he's hoping to, I think, to push the Warlock one thing, and then, I mean, if he gets a slam, that's cool too. But if he gets a slam, then there's no chance of him wanting to risk that attack spell.
Either way, it's going to protect him from getting attacked by the Warlock's, his wand, rather.
Absolutely.
Pretty good chance that it's going to have an effect.
Yeah, Theasaris is right. If you want an Octagon cast a spell that's attack, you draw it from your Priestess because it knows it's in your hand.
And then it will ask if you want to do that attack.
Absolutely. And it looks like he's going to deal 3 damage that are normal. So he's going to actually just take 1 damage, and he gets the slam and the push.
That's pretty good. I usually only get the slam with it. I almost never get the push with Surging Wave, and I love it anyway.
So right now, the Warlock is going to be going, well, I'm slammed. My guard is useless.
He can't use that action
and he's pushed.
Can't use that action to attack with it. I mean, he can activate, and then it will turn into a daze. But would you really want to cast a fireball?
It's going to be his action now. I think one of his best choices is just activate, double move, and then not let himself take this damage.
He actually can't double move toward the Priestess because there's a guard.
This guy is guarding.
House just putting that zone control
that
down.
That is insanely good.
Theasaris may be able to plan ahead when it comes to enchantments, but House really is... He has a really strong sense of board control.
Absolutely.
I'm pretty impressed.
And looks like here that... Let's see what's going to happen. He only has his quick cast, so he's got to do something. He could just double move down or double move up, but if that happens, I think the Priest is just going to run away.
Huh. So the Warlock simply just activated and guarded?
Well, it looks like... So we're in creature phases. Here, he activated his thing, removed the slam, and we're about to see Daze is added, so what is he going to do?
Oh, wow, yeah, the angels haven't gone yet.
Yes, no, it's his first action.
Oh, my.
So it looks like he's going to move 1, and he's going to guard. Yeah, he's just going to say, come at me, bro.
Understandable. Why bother even hitting the other angel? It's just going to counterattack you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess there's an argument to be made for using your Wand of Healing, but nah.
That he has 8 damage on him. That Wand of Healing would have actually helped, but I don't know what he's thinking with the guard.
Yeah, what is it? I mean, it's not going to accomplish anything.
Yeah, because he's just going to attack with the Guardian Angel and be like, I can die.
I'm the
And looks like it's just all up to House right now. House is going, okay, I have all my actions and you have no actions. We could see a beatdown happen right now.
It's very possible. If Theasaris does have the enough aggression in his deck, he could eke out a win. But he has to take advantage of that.
I think a big thing that's going to happen right now is this Simandriel going to get a daze or a stun. Because that means during quick cast next round, he can't choose wisely to do a fireball during quick cast.
Gonna get the melee +1 as usual.
So he's going up to 6. And are we going to see enchantment come out? Maybe
Nah.
another bear strength? I'd love to see a bear strength come out. Bear strength and holy mages go so well together.
Oh, yeah. I mean, bear strength's in everybody, except for the necromancer.
Right? Malakota. Just put on a Malakota for some reason.
I guess, yeah.
I'm a super buff Malakota. Alright, so yeah, we do see a bear strength come out, so he's going to have 8 dice of damage. 1 off the Bimschlag, 2 off the... and it looks like he rolls 7 critical damage.
Is anyone surprised? I'm not surprised.
Veteran's Belt's going to bring that down to the 2 he needs. So he deals 5 damage with 7 dice.
I mean,
and 2 armor.
Wow. Yeah, only... good thing he had the Veteran's Belt at that moment.
And on top of that, he rolls 7 on the effect dice, so we see that daze come out.
Well, better a daze than a stun. At least now, he's going to be wondering if he should actually attack or not.
And he's going to have the counterattack. It looks like he does reveal a bear strength. That was that card hidden there. And so he counterattacks with 7 dice. He deals 7 damage. Let me see. Let me make sure of that. So 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. And then, yep, 8 is 1. So that's going to be 7 total. And he does manage to get... Did he roll 4 days?
He did. He rolled... when he attacked, he rolled...
Oh, yeah, he rolled the 7.
However,
so he got it.
that daze goes away at the end of your action.
Yeah, no, he doesn't get rid of his days. Yep, you do not actually remove a daze at the end of a guard, and this is why you like to have somebody watch from the outside, especially during a tournament session, because the players have so much going on right now. They're both feeling a lot of adrenaline. These rules can eke by, and someone else watching just gives that little extra advantage.
There's also the
not
chance
advantage, just rule.
Yeah. There's also the chance that it could have been automated and just come off. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
I am going to pull this up really quick just to make sure.
Getting to show features of Octagon.
Yeah, in Octagon you can just pull up all the rules. And what you do is you just look it up really quick. It has it all right here. And let's see here.
Days.
Can you just watch the...
Of course. So while Coach Shade's doing that, Guardian Angel's going to inflict 2 damage on the Warlock. He's just going to kind of like smack him, do a little bit of damage.
Remove after acting.
Remove after acting.
Yeah, that means that because you could theoretically have your quick cast and your main action be dazed, even if you succeed on both.
You have to actually plan carefully to get rid of the dazes, because if you open your move with using your quick act or your quick cast and do an attack spell, you could screw yourself over.
Absolutely, yeah. And it looks like the beatdown has been going on. It looks like we have Theasaris at 19 damage now after all is said and done.
Oh, man.
And it looks like Dispel coming out. What is he going for? Targeting the Mage Bane. He does take 1 damage from Mage Bane while dispelling it. I wanted to target... What did you want to target? What did you want to target? Blood.
Blood. Oh.
Okay, well that's fine. I mean, it's cost the same. He does take 1 damage still from Mage Bane. So it looks like there's going to be some healing going on, and it's going to be the Warlock's initiative next round.
That's so important. He spends that action getting rid of the poison blood. The Warlock gets to go next round.
Another poison blood.
Another poison blood, but maybe that is part of House's plan. Maybe
yes.
He simply wants him to waste his quick cast on that. That way he can still attack with his creatures.
Looks like House's wife is calling him, so we're going to take a small break here, and I'm going to drink some water.
Drinking water.
All right. So it looks like House is back right now, and so is Intangible.
Hey, guys.
And we are just getting through the main actions here. And it looks like, yes, he does take 1 damage from Mage Bane. Putting him at 17. So it looks like they're actually going to be tied next round for life.
Oh,
because
my.
he has regrowth, while he has 17 damage.
Alright, well, this is going to be funny. Sharkbait, if you're ever watching this video, I'm texting you right now.
Oh yeah, I was just messaging you.
It's, yeah. Because their match is supposed to start in 10 minutes, but we're going to have to...
I did message him and I said this match is still going on. Sorry.
Oh, okay, good. You did get a hold of him. Alright.
Yeah, quite a match here. You know, like, I thought Theasaris was not in as good of a position as he really is right now.
It went from him... I don't know. It went from, there's no chance you're going to win, to... Wow, you could pull this out.
I could see. Oh, actually, the priestess is going to take 1 damage, while Theasaris is going to heal 2. House then still in the lead for dying the most. That's insane.
That is really crazy. Holy cow!
Theasaris really doing this, and it looks like this turn. If he chooses to do the fireball during quick cast, he has a daze. I don't think he should risk it this turn. And this is a big decision Theasaris has to make. Does he want to risk it, or does he want to do things like poison blood or something like that?
It's a really tough decision. I mean, right now, if he actually gives himself Mongoose agility or something, he can just run away while the curses kill his opponent.
Absolutely, and that's not a bad idea. Of course, the priestess could just start healing herself and just start going, all right, well, I heal myself and I gain a life on top of that. But, we haven't really seen that sort of reaction because House has just been trying to kill the mage. This game could theoretically be over, though, this turn.
Oh, yeah.
Those angels could just crush him.
It really depends on... Right now, it really depends on if Theasaris gets attacked by them. I'm not even... Because we already know how they're going to roll.
Akira's here, not Dawnbreaker. Because Dawnbreaker's a big fan of the temple, I don't know, re-rolling if you have high rolls.
Well, he's all about the defense.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So...
I really would have liked to have seen Theasaris use this wand of healing on himself instead of the guard, but, it's all good. He dealt 7 damage out to this Samandriel. Well, that's a lot.
If he ends up losing by 2 health, we know why.
Absolutely.
I mean, 7 damage to Samandriel, you're right, is freaking amazing.
With an Aegis 1 on him, That cost him 21 men.
Samandriel has 14? 14
and
health.
If he lost Samandriel, that's a big deal.
That's insane. That's a really good point.
I
mean, granted, he may be poison blood, but he can still heal Samandriel.
Oh no, the poison blood got destroyed.
Oh, so he can heal whatever he wants.
Yeah, and it is Theasaris' initiative. So, no, it isn't. I'm sorry. It's actually House's initiative. He could just heal himself this round.
That's probably why he decided last action instead of the action before.
Yes, exactly. Really good choice here.
If he gets a good heal off, that pretty much is the game.
It helps him a lot. That's for sure.
And being a priestess, she has heals. If you don't have heals,
I've seen people like Harry Poppins though. He rolls heals and he gets like a full heal. He's like 2. It's like you just feel so bad for him.
I've also seen him do the very opposite.
Oh, like 16.
16, rolling 2 dice. I don't even know how that's possible.
It happened. All right, so we're still in upkeep. It looks like Theasaris isn't planning on using that Battle Forge. He usually likes to bring out that equipment and attach it right away. So either he's really contemplating if he wants to use it, or he's just not doing it.
Well, he could be getting full on slots to the point where
Theasaris, done with deployment. So.
The question is, did he just not feel like casting equipment? Like, was there nothing good? Or does he need 9 mana?
That's a very good point. He might be planning specifically. He could easily cast Boots. That's his open slot.
Yeah, that's true.
Acid Ball coming down. Oh no, he's planning on trying to corrode Theasaris.
So he's going to go aggressive rather than heal. So it makes you wonder, what was the point of the poison blood in the first place?
Why would you want to heal that? I think this gives Theasaris a major opportunity to just eke out this win if he has another poison blood. And then next round deal the... Oh, jeez.
That's a
3
roll.
critical damage and 2 corrodes will be added. That takes
that
care
is
of...
the best acid ball I've ever seen.
We do have a wand of healing, so he could theoretically get rid of some of those corrodes, but I don't think that would be the best choice right now.
No. At this point in the game, he's got to go for broke. He's just got to attack him.
It looks like the mage can go down, doing 1 more damage.
1 more damage. Oh man, only 13 life left for the priestess.
And the cast comes out. Is it going to be the curse? Oh, he's going to enchant him with something.
Oh, it's totally the curse.
Now the question is, does he reveal it right now, or does he and risk the Seeking Dispel, and assume he has a heal in his hand, or what is he going to do? If he chooses to heal himself, that's a poison blood. What a play that would be.
Oh man, it would
First quick cast or first action.
Did he put it? Did
He
he
didn't
use
reveal
it as a bluff?
He didn't reveal it. It could just be a nullify.
It could be.
Like, that would be another good choice on top of that.
It would be very funny. It would actually be cheaper than Poison Blood also.
Absolutely,
so it would totally be worth it. I'm wondering also if House actually used that as a bluff, saying, all right, I'm going to destroy this Poison Blood. Oh no, I'm nullified. I can't heal myself. It turned out I was just going to boulder you.
Theasaris with the mind games on this game is so good. Such a good way. And that is one thing that this game really chooses to bring out when, if you choose to. You could play these mind games. You could also just say, I'm going for your face. Sword swinging. Like, there are so many different tactics to this game. And Theasaris is playing this mind game so well.
I think the acid ball, getting rid of those armors on Theasaris, though, to counter what you were saying.
Targeting the hand of Imshala. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah. Destroying the armor on Theasaris with that acid ball gets rid of not only the armor, but the veteran's belt.
Any use out of veteran's belt is nullified.
Mm-hmm.
+1 to angel. Which angel?
Which angel?
Which angel?
Which angel?
They're all angels. +1 to angel. I'm gonna assume, I don't know who the champion is. Oh, looks like this guy's the champion. So he's gonna be going in with 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dice of damage. That's insane. No armor, 5 blanks.
Oh,
5
all
blanks.
Your luck. All your luck has turned around.
4 damage and doesn't even get a daze off. Not that it would matter too much because he's already dazed. But wow.
Oh, my.
Wow. I guess it had to even out sometime. That is how statistics work.
Eventually. If this game goes on for another 2 hours.
Infinity,
it will even out.
And of course, it's Theasaris' turn. This is going to be a big action for Theasaris. Whatever he chooses, is he going to try to hinder the priestess so next round he could go in there and deal the damage?
Is he going to heal the corrodes? Is he going to try to attack even with the daze token on?
Man, that attack would be solid to do right now.
It would be. Healing the corrodes, although at this point I would normally disagree with it because it's not a move toward winning you the game. It does enable the veteran's belt to be useful as well.
Man, moving in right now, he has 22 health left out of 34, while the enemy mages have 5, 8, 10 damage they can do. Statistically, it won't kill him, but
if he punches with the priest,
if the priest punches, the priest could kill him.
Oh my!
Statistically, the priest will kill him, and with the rolls going on in this game, you never know. He's going to choose. Okay, good.
Running 2.
Running 2. Interesting choice.
Gets him away from the angels.
So now only the cheetah speed is the one that can hit him, but he's going to save himself 5 dice of damage.
Do you see it? I see it. Do you see it?
Which one are you talking about? I mean, he's going to have the cheetah speed.
This is the play.
Yeah, this is definitely the play.
He's running 2. He's saving his mana. That gets him away from
next
one of the
round.
angels.
He's gonna have 9 more double fireball or hurl boulders. Of course, he has the Hellbreak over here, so maybe not double fireball is a good choice.
House, using his zone control again, is just gonna defend with an angel and be like, double fireball me now.
House moving 1, taking 1 damage while doing that. If he chooses to guard with one of the angels, that would be one of the best choices. He's gonna buff Samandriel. Interesting. Okay.
Surprised with that?
It's probably. I'm guessing it's some sort of cheetah speed. Taking 1 damage because of that. Now putting House at 21 damage total. Holy crap! That puts him in 11 damage before dying.
Oh, okay. So he's gonna move in. Man, he really is just chipping off his own health there. He's gonna move that angel in and get another attack in. I think this is going to end next round.
3, 4, 5. 5 dice of damage is going to go down. Is that right? Strength. So 5 dice, so roll 2 blanks, and it looks like 4 damage total. All right, a little bit of under average, but that does not kill this warlock yet. Theasaris, you are surviving.
This is rather impressive.
Now, if this guardian angel guards, that creates a full load of problems next round for Theasaris.
No joke.
That I don't think that seals the deal for him, but this. He's moving one to the left.
Big mistake.
Oh, okay, House. You have done something really big. So basically, poison blood. I think it costs 3 to reveal. Is that right? Yes, 3 to reveal. So he's gonna have 4. So he's gonna have 13 dice of mana to use in some sort of attack way, assuming that House wants to do some sort of healing, which he may not.
Oh, 13. 13 is exactly enough to Fireball Flame Blast.
Fireball Flame Blast will... Okay, so if he chooses to Moloch's Torment next round...
then he won't be able to.
Then he won't be able to. So he has... Oh, reveals Healing Charm. Ooh, Healing Charm to who? Oh, Healing Charm to Smandriel? Healing Charm to Smandriel. Okay, so it looks like he rolls 3 dice... 3 damage come off Smandriel. I don't think that is going to affect how this game turns out.
I think we've just realized a little chink in House's good plays is that he does not know how to close.
House
at this point,
still has the advantage, though, of the Dragon Scale Halberd, so that could be a big deal.
He definitely does. He's focusing too much on his hurt creatures and not enough on himself.
His creatures don't need to survive right now. They are alive and well.
I mean, I feel at this point, Samandriel is just a nice bonus.
Who has Finite Life?
Oh no, Theasaris. Yeah, he didn't realize that Healing Charm was on the angel and not himself.
Yep. Okay, so he did pay for the reveal anyway. He was paid 2 because he has the curse. Oh yeah, so he has that extra mana because he has the Ring of Curses on. Oh,
didn't think about that.
So
that is enough to Moloch's Torment and still
this
Fireball
is a big
Flame
deal
Blast.
because now Poison Bullet is out. So now the Theasaris has a chance because House is going to go Dispel Quick Cast, and then Theasaris is going to go Fireball Quick Cast, and then it's going to be Theasaris' main action. That's his chance to do that Flame Blast. Move in 1, do that Flame Blast. Nothing else can stop him. If House has a block, if he has... Can you confirm order? Healing Charm was on...
Oh, yeah. There's no interaction there, unfortunately. It was just a mistake. No, what you're saying is absolutely correct, though. Because right in this moment, with him having only, 12 health left, a Fireball Flame Blast is enough to finish this match. Combined with Moloch's Torment, he has just enough mana to do it. There are no guardian creatures protecting him. And there is enough of a pinch of actions.
He's asking if he gains a life off the Priestess, which I don't think he does because it casts and resolves.
It's resolved, but Poison Blood prevents life gain.
Yes, it resolves after the life gain. Right?
It's the same thing. He chooses to reveal Healing Charm, and then the Poison Blood is revealed. It does prevent the life gain.
Because the resolving is after the counterspell.
Yes. Or rather, you can even argue that it's an event. Revealing the enchantment is an event. Before an event happens, you can reveal the enchantment.
So no life gain on the mage and healing on the angel.
Yes. That's important. That 1 life gain right now
could seal the deal. It could. And that was...
Theasaris didn't mean to reveal it because he thought the Healing Charm was on the mage.
But it ended up working out anyway.
It ended up working out anyway. That is really good.
Okay, so this is a tense round. This round, I think, is going to seal the deal, I think. Theasaris healing 2 damage from the regrowth. Is he going to use the Torment? And I think
I think the clever decision is to do it because it was cheaper
he
to reveal the
saved
poison
he
blood.
saved the money because the Ring of Curses.
Yeah.
And so he's going to have the exact amount of Flame Blast Fireball, and he is going to bring it out.
Heck yeah.
And that brings 22 out of 32 life for House. Man, if he has a Hurl Boulder, if he has, Hurl Rock, something that's not flame based, he could win this game right now. Like, statistically, if it is flame based, he probably won't, but he could during the burn step next round.
It's very possible, but now, if he threw a boulder in just in case this armor was thrown down,
absolutely,
he could be in a better
and
situation.
keep in mind, if he wants to dispel Poison Blood, he's going to take a damage. If he wants to dispel Magebane, he's going to take a damage.
That's right.
Like, no matter what, he's
he
in a bad situation.
himself,
He's going to take a damage.
damage.
He is in such a tricky situation right now where 3 attack spells, I think, between this round and next round is going to win. And the problem is, can Theasaris survive long enough if that sort of situation happens?
There's also the point to bring out that if he ends up doing, Hurl Rock or Flame Blast or whatever, he has to move his zone closer to the Priestess, which brings him within range of some Andrew.
So that gets even more dangerous.
I think,
honestly,
I don't know.
Honestly, this is such a tricky situation for Theasaris, and he knows it. Like, he has planned his cards. He knows what he's going to be doing, and it is...
man.
It is going to be insane.
It's very tense. I feel like maybe his best call is Acid Ball.
I mean, he could theoretically brace himself, do a brace yourself on yourself, and then just throw some minor attack spell out there and just sort of be like, okay, I think I can survive one more round and try it out. But I don't know what he's thinking. He put those cards out fast. Oh, wait, but he wants to hang out a second. All right.
It's a bluff. It's a bluff. You know what it is? It's just a different attack.
Wait a minute, I don't want to use that. You have Dragon Scale.
I'm actually wondering right now if House realizes truly how close this game is at this moment. I mean, not that I'm knocking on House by any means, but he's shown that he's not as good.
13 mana, so he must have had 2 fireballs or something like that in his hand.
That would do it.
Or he's choosing to do an enchantment and he's waiting for that enchantment. This is such a tense match right now. It is anyone's game. Anyone's game right now. Man, if Theasaris pulls this off, curses.
Curses!
Alright, Theasaris thinking. And it looks like House also double thinking about what he's going to do.
It's a tough decision because there are a number of responses that House can do. He can do a block, he can do a brace yourself, or he can just straight up do a dispel heal. Doing any of those could be a counter to one of the attack spells that Theasaris chooses. If he thinks that his opponent's going to play block or redirect, or reflect attack rather, he's going to want to use Surging Wave. If on the other hand he plays brace yourself, it's better to pull off an acid ball.
Yeah, absolutely. If House wants to secure this game right now, he needs a teleport. He needs a teleport quick cast and just go in this top right corner here. That would ensure that he does not die during action.
Absolutely.
Phase. That would be the best action he has. If he chooses to go anywhere else but here during his quick cast teleport phase, he is risking death.
And I mean, it's still a good play regardless, because even if miraculously Theasaris saw that coming and teleported, he would still end up in Simandriel's zone. That is not a good place to be.
That is the only way I can see House getting out of this. Gdieckhaus. Gdieckhaus. I'm sorry, I'm awful at pronunciation. I think you were saying that that's his, he's abbreviating his name and stuff.
I think it's G is his first name, and then Dieckhaus or Gdieckhaus.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Oh man, this is really tense right now. I'm really excited.
They're both just thinking. They're like, what am I going to do to win this game? And man, he has eked out this damage slowly but surely. I've been seeing a lot of good Araxian Warlocks do this tactic, and it is great.
It's really good. If you had told me 6 turns ago that this is how close we would be, I wouldn't believe you. I wouldn't. Be like, there's no way.
Oh, yeah, speaking of that, did Shark Bait get back to you?
I mean, you messaged him. I didn't message him.
Yeah. You know what? While they're deciding. All right, Theasaris still saying sorry. I'm thinking. There's so much thinking going on.
It is
Because he's saying, do I want to unleash this now, or do I have to wait 2 turns to gain the initiative and get this idea again? You know, like I
Do
think
I take the advantage right now and try to pull it off, or is it just over?
risky as hell, or can I survive long enough to make it my advantage again?
I mean, he could argue that he should, it's his initiative. It is the Thesaris' initiative, right? Yeah.
It is Theasaris' turn. That's
So,
why this turn
That
is
is
so
why it's
crucial
so
for him.
big. So if he does, throw out a boulder and then with his quick cast or with his full action, move teleports or something
Yeah,
like that.
absolutely.
Then at least he'll be pushing this off for another round.
It looks like Theasaris to bring another card back to his hand. This is him thinking, going, what am I going... And see, he keeps bringing back his first card, so no matter what that second card is, it is his solid choice, I think.
Absolutely.
He's going, this card no matter what. Crap. What do I do?
My guess is a boulder. It only makes sense.
But if he has a boulder,
warlocks don't
may not
normally
have
run
it,
them.
yeah.
They don't. So
Well, Fireball is so close to being about a boulder that you really have to question if you want it or not, you know?
I mean, damage-wise, it's not immediately, but it is better
in the long term. But you get the daze or stun out of the boulder, or the slam, I guess you can call it. So it's just daze in the end, which is also a big advantage. I wonder.
I think he's decided.
He could also just choose to go, another Poison Blood and another, get me the hell out of here card.
A Poison Blood would be actually a bad idea because once it comes to the action phases for the Priestess, House can just destroy the Poison Blood.
Here comes. First quick cast. Theasaris spends his quick cast, chooses to do an enchantment. Oh,
what?
Interesting. Okay.
All right.
So he's going for this longer game. He doesn't think he can kill him this round. That's what this tells me. He goes, he may not have a hurl boulder. He might just
He's not making it risky. Oh man.
I wonder if he has a heal in his deck, Theasaris.
I wonder if
that would be
I wonder if
that's so expensive, but
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that card is.
It could be a Nullify. It could be a Ghoul Rot.
A Ghoul Rot would be a really good choice.
All right, action marker. So Theasaris skips his turn. He's looking to get rid of something. He thinks it's going to be a Nullify and something else.
Spends his full action to
one
get away.
Okay, so that's going to put him out of range for 2 different angels. And he casts Teleport. All right. He wants to get out of there. He thinks he's got this, and he's going to get that Nullify down. And interesting.
A little tactical move error, actually. I think he was here originally, right? If he had... Well, maybe not.
Either way, it's 2, I guess.
I mean, either way, I guess it works out.
This is
He
really
could have gotten...
daring.
No, it would have been Samandriel. I guess it works out.
Either way,
he's only going to get hit by... That has cheetah speed on it, right?
No, this one does, actually. He's out of range.
So he's out of range of everything. Okay, well, no, I lied. Good move.
If the priestess wants to do something really nice here, just run away. Just get the heck out of Dodge.
Yeah, saying that she has enough dispels, because if she doesn't have enough dispels, she can't get rid of that poison blood.
That would be insane.
And then, oh man.
And then
he might be able to just curse this.
And then Theasaris just sits there going, well, damage.
Oh man.
Melee +1 added. I don't know why you chose to do that.
It doesn't have fast? Does it have fast? Bear string.
Do you have cheetah speed on that? If not fast. It's not fast. I don't think it's fast.
Yep, Theasaris is pointing out House's misplay there.
Okay, well, that was obviously House has been most sad. I think House has definitely been shaken. You can see that. You know, when a lot of players start making these minor little things.
everything.
Yeah, exactly. When
All right, still gonna move 2.
Still gonna move 2. I'm gonna, he used that BIM. If Theasaris calls it out, I think we say you can't use that. We'll see what Theasaris says.
It's on to them. I really.
If Theasaris calls it out, I'm totally down with doing this, because it. And we'll see if Theasaris says something, because Theasaris, honestly, this is one of those
things
things
now
where
it's kind of a thing where that really does matter, and Theasaris has every right to be like, dude, this is a tournament.
And I think this is one of those situations why Bim Shala should be used before or after an action, because it goes, you have thought about it and you're done with it. But
it's consistent.
Exactly.
All right, looks like Theasaris doesn't seem to have a problem with it. So.
He's done. He just gets to sit back this whole round and deal damage.
Sitting, lounging in his chair, hoping that the angels don't kill him.
Should I use my amulet now? Yes. Alright, Priest suspends quick cast. Seeing a Mage Wand come out. Ooh, this might be a teleport or force push. Either way. Oh, it reveals a Jinx. Oh no, the Mage Wand!
Played. Oh no!
He's still... I don't believe he takes the damage because it doesn't actually resolve.
No, it does not resolve, so he doesn't take the damage.
Exactly. But now he doesn't have the opportunity to force push the Mage Wand, so I don't think...
Actually, you know what? It might still. I believe that... Can you scroll over Magebane here?
It has to resolve.
Yeah,
which
resolves.
I think when it's cast... Jinx it is down here.
Yeah, go ahead and correct him on that.
What, he takes the damage?
No, he doesn't take the damage. Did he take
No,
the damage?
he didn't take any damage.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
We
Then
were
never
right.
mind.
We were right this whole time. Yeah.
I thought that he took the damage. It's like, no.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, that matters right now.
Because
don't do that.
It's during the... So basically during the counter spell, which means you can't resolve a spell until after counter spell.
So notice how House has set up this nice
I
little
wonder
diagonal
if that was going to be a dissolve wand.
I think
or
it was.
Dispel wand.
That might have been his
he
last
has
dispel.
One dispel and now he's freaking out.
And his plan might have hinged on that card.
No, so this suddenly means that this buys Theasaris a turn to basically get more mana and go, you have a quick cast now, next round where you can do something. Spending his whole action, removing both the corrode markers. Solid choice. Discards Jinx. Target's card. Remove 3. Yes, it costs for corrode 3. What is your action? What did you target? Oh, he targeted
using his ability.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, yeah, are you using your main action?
Oh man. Is he spending a full action removing
He's
all of
spending, yeah, he's going to spend his full action and remove all the corrodes. Which, I mean, so far, he's just been...
As a quick spell, he's going to take damage from it. As we all come to the conclusion at the same time.
So far, those corrodes doesn't even matter. He's just taking direct damage. So removing those corrodes may not make a big difference. I mean, he's doing it obviously because he wants to have that, like, okay, now you can't attack spell me to death.
Yeah, he's banking on not dying in one quick action. But I don't know.
So the question is, what is Theasaris going to choose next round? Because if he chooses to go for the, I'm going to just direct damage you to death, that's one thing. But if he chooses to go for, like, a hurl boulder or something, or actually it's a full round due to 2 times growth, but never mind. He did use his full round.
Yeah, that's why I didn't move. This is tricky. With nine health remaining on the priestess, it's pretty hard because I mean, with that Magebane, she's going to take that damage, and then And then Moloch's Torment. If he had a Ghoul Rot on her, this would go a lot. It would be a lot more rapid.
I think the Jinx might have been the better option. Not sure. It depends what he would attach that Mage Wand. A Dispel, a Force Push, a Teleport. Those all would have been solid choices for her.
The thing about a wand is when you cast it, you often want to use the spell that's
right
on
away.
it right away.
That's why he uses Quick Cast to cast it.
And so when he got rid of that Jinx, when he jinxed that wand, that was a big deal because his plan hinged on whatever
Jinx
was
is
on
one of those
that
spells
wand.
that can win you games, and we just saw how it's used so effectively.
Oh, yes. He's closing in, so the question is, the Theasaris going to move and teleport again? He's probably going to move and teleport again.
Now the Priestess is open. He could teleport 2 spaces, move down 1, and just bludgeon the Priestess.
He could do that. I mean, she has 4 armor,
but it's a free attack.
And that gets him out of range of what?
2 angels.
2 angels.
2 angels.
So the Theasaris
Damage
taking
counter,
advantage of board control.
The Theasaris
here.
going down to 22 damage, while the Priestess goes up to 24 damage.
Oh, man.
So he's at 12 mana now. Solid game. Theasaris really holding out, really showing why you don't necessarily lose the minute you think you've lost.
This is a great game from both players. They have. This is awesome.
Yeah, these are definitely 2 champions, and it is amazing that we're seeing this in the first round because these games are this is such a good first round game.
I feel like both of these mages really cater to these player styles right now because House has a really good idea of creature and board control.
Absolutely.
But the Theasaris is very good with his spells.
He's like, you're going to stay put or die, you know?
Yeah.
Or you want it to do
Can't
anything,
move,
you will die.
Can't cast a spell. Her actions are limited to don't move and guard.
I guess, in a hindsight thing, honestly, that demon taking out that mana crystal and that Battleforge might have actually helped him a little bit.
It might have. I mean, every action not spent on that Warlock has been one where he's been able to recover.
Absolutely.
So if this turn he does that move where you said where he moves to and I don't know,
bludgeons the Priestess,
bludgeons her, casts whatever spell on her. Next turn he can do a surprise wand from this Battleforge on him, and then cast another attack spell out of it.
Man, there are so many options here. Honestly, he is not getting a lot of use out of that Wand of Healing, and I think he brought it out because he was like, it's 1 mana and it could come in handy.
If
and
his
replacing it with an elemental wand, solid.
Oh yeah, no, it's not a loss at all. I mean, I think he brought it out in case he had a quick spell in his hand. He was like, oh well, this isn't useful.
Might as well heal myself. Might as well corrode removal. Things like that.
But House hasn't really focused at all on trying to play tech. He hasn't been tricky at all. He's been very much a brute force that an unstoppable momentum. But Theasaris has just been kind of sidestepping that momentum this whole time.
And if House wants to teleport, takes a damage. If House wants to move away, takes a damage. And so no matter what, Theasaris goes, I could teleport to melee you during main actions, and you will either way take damage no matter what your defense is.
Absolutely. I mean, at any point, I think if House had placed a Jinx on that Warlock,
Oh, yeah, long ago. Yeah.
Instead of the other way around.
Yeah.
If he had done the Jinx, that would have really messed those plans up because the Theasaris right now is acting like a really tight, well-oiled machine. However,
I have a question in chat. All right. If I cast Mage Wand. He's wondering if he casts a Mage Wand, can I use a spell on it immediately? It costs a... Hey, you want to talk?
Yeah, that's fine. No, sorry, folks. Just doing some clarifications here.
You know what? I don't even want to see it.
That's pretty good. Pretty clear.
Awesome.
All right, so everybody, looks like we are back. We left for a second to do a little bit of chat here about rules clarification. So,
House really wants to get that wand out. Really is thinking, I got to do something with this.
Because he must be. He probably
really
is down to
wants,
one spell that he really
He
needs.
really wants it to happen.
Oh man, I don't blame him. If he's down to one dispel, that dispel's gonna be necessary.
It could be what wins him the game.
Absolutely.
Is getting that out. And people like Charmina has always said, I will run 6 dispels in every book, no matter what, if I'm the warlord or the wizard. And that's because he goes, I need it in case I do up against things like this, I think.
Yeah, it's understandable. It's
I'm not saying that's the right way. But that's a really interesting analysis.
It's a perspective. Charmina also tended to be a very he was a careful player. He was a long-term player.
Oh yeah,
that would build up with his decks.
Oh, and it looks like we have. Okay, so it looks like we have House using his quick cast. Theasaris using his quick cast. Casting teleport on himself, moving 2. All right, is he going to bludgeon him, or is he? Because either way, if he teleports and moves 1 or 2, Theasaris will just run on his heel and just be like, I've got you. One of the best things I think could happen right now is that Guardian Angel guarding. That would be insane.
Using this quick cast.
We're in action phases. It looks like.
I thought we were in quick cast phase.
It looks like House passed on his quick cast. So he's looking. House is planning on using his mage wand and then using the mage wand right away. Whereas, double moving with the cheetah speed, he's going to be able to get that attack in. He's getting melee +1, so 3, 4, 5, and 6.
It's been a
6
while.
Dice,
it's
0.
been a while since Theasaris has taken a hit.
Right? This could end the game right now if he deals max damage.
Right?
Everyone's sweating right here to figure out what's going to happen.
No armor to protect themselves with the corrode's gone. Just
here comes 6 dice of damage. Even if he had 1 armor, he has piercing 1. Oh, short sword attacking. Dealing 7 damage. Oh, that is so brutal. That puts him into the priestess punching range. Priestess could theoretically just punch a warlock.
She could. Oh, this is it.
If the priestess had a bear strength or something, she could buff herself up and become the giant priestess of death.
Instead, House is sitting there with a wand in his hand going, well, this isn't helpful.
All right, so now it is Theasaris' turn. Theasaris could theoretically...
Running up and bludgeoning him is a good idea. He'd be rolling
Theasaris could
6 dice.
Let me see here. So it's 4, 5, 6,
from being a
7,
warlock.
8 dice of damage. He could kill the priestess
this
right
might
now.
Be it. Oh no,
he's
this
against
is it.
4 armor, so he's statistically going to deal 4 damage, but you never know what's going to happen.
Oh man, this is insane.
This is awesome.
He's going to run there.
And the priestess is the only one that can deal damage to him right now. That's it. That's the only guy that can.
Oh my.
This is insane. Okay,
unless...
okay, Theasaris, you got this. What's he gonna do? He has 6 mana. He could do something different. If he has another Jinx in his hand, that would be a solid move. Okay, moving down.
It would.
And he's gonna want to heal himself. Interesting.
No, I don't agree with that.
Oh well, okay. So he's going for this. I'm gonna get you next. It's healing 4 damage.
What?
All right, that's fine. So he doesn't decide to go. He's going for that longer. He says, "Cast your spells. Do it. I want to deal more damage to you." And he kind of secures himself with that. That does put him out of punching limits, unless of course
that could have been his chance.
Unless
right
of course
there.
House has an attack spell in his hand.
Then it could be over. Oh man, that was his chance.
That was his chance.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I mean, you know what? These are 2 people that seem like they know what they're doing right now.
Oh, absolutely.
I am gonna rely that.
That's why I can't say it's a
thinking,
bad play. I don't know if I agree with it, but
all right, priestess spends the action.
Still works. And if he wins it, it was the right play. I mean,
it does give him a chance to survive a little bit longer. He does have initiative next round, so that could be what he's thinking. He wants that initiative to do something.
Absolutely, and that was a good heal. So it's not like that was a bad,
exactly.
A wasted
turn.
Yeah.
No matter what the priestess does this round, he activated the creature. Unless he melee attacks, he's going to take a damage, which that damage is adding up. He's at 24 out of 32.
He's just bringing himself so close.
So close to that edge. Oh, moving one. He's going to take a damage. Is he going to cast a spell? Cast a mage wand. Is it going to be a teleport? Takes a damage because of the mage wand.
Oh no. No.
He's going to take a damage because
no.
of the mage wand.
Oh no.
And if he chooses to teleport, wherever he goes, he is still within 2 range.
But he's out of range of a quick spell. If he goes
a quick
into
spell,
this,
yes, you're right.
If
you're
he
right.
goes into this
You're
zone
absolutely
right
right.
now, he can use that angel to defend him.
And he's going to have a dispel on it.
No.
So he takes a damage.
Is he getting rid of the blood?
Flip quick cast 2. Okay, so he's going to take a damage because he cast the mage wand. Uses the quick cast. He's going to take another damage here. Oh, man. House, you are so close to the edge. Tartarus Magebane takes the damage because of Magebane.
Or at least that's gone. I mean, his constant damage, but oh my.
But now he can't heal during quick cast round.
Oh, what's going to happen?
This... Is he gonna... He guards, but he guards with Samandriel, so he can't bludgeon him, but he can't intercept either.
Wait, okay.
Is he gonna guard with the Guardian Angel? Oh, wait, no, the cheetah speed's over here.
So what he does is his only play to not get struck by a range attack is to run this angel in, and the next turn cast
during
defend
the action
on it during his quick cast. Defend on it.
That's so tricky. Defend is one of those cards that
it
not a lot
has
of
cheetah speed, doesn't it?
No, he doesn't.
That one doesn't.
No, he does not.
Cheetah
speed's not there.
Oh no, it's always in the wrong place. It's always in the wrong place.
That enchantment transfusion would be so helpful.
Oh no, I'm sure a lot of people are watching this right now going, why aren't you defending with your angels?
Beginning of the action, Theasaris heals 2 damage. Theasaris deals 1 damage to House, bringing him up to 28 out of 32.
4 life left.
4 life. He has 4 life left.
A Ghoul Rot might actually secure this if he can't heal. Because he won't be able to cast spells anymore, and
He
he'll just die.
He has a Dispel on his wand, so he could just keep dispelling whatever he casts, but 2 curses in your hand could just... Or another Jinx, or Nullify, that could all secure this match.
God. Oh.
He doesn't even need to go in anymore. He doesn't have to. He could just run away and just be like, here's a curse really quick, running away, you know?
He's not taking the constant damage, but yeah, the Moloch's Torment, but I mean, he needs to get something else. He's
gonna put something on the battlefield.
Oh no.
What is he doing?
Is it the wand? Is he doing the wand?
Oh,
did I call
wand right now?
Did I call this
He's
2
looking
turns
at
ago?
12 mana, 4 in the Battleforge, the wand costing him 5. He'd bring him down to
mana?
11 total mana to use for Theasaris. So that means he could do a quick cast attack spell and just secure it with a Ghoul Route, whatever it is, and just say, screw you, I win. He won't be taking damage from Magebane anymore, so that is interesting, but he also can't heal because of that poison blood. Such a crazy thing. He could theoretically dispel, heal. That would be his best option.
He has the Dispel on his wand, so that's understandable. He has the Dispel on his wand, he can do it, and he can heal this turn. There's no question about that, and I don't think Theasaris has much of a response to that, except for Nullify, maybe? Or, maybe another Poison Blood.
A Jinx?
Actually, no, another Poison Blood wouldn't do it.
Yeah, if he chooses to Jinx, he can't use... Interesting, armor going down.
A little late.
Okay, so basically what we're looking at right now is if he chooses to quick cast with a Jinx...
He replaces armor, and so he loses the armor.
Great choice.
Gets new armor. So
he gets, trick.
Yep, he replaced armor, got rid of the corrode tokens.
It cost him 2 mana to remove 2 corrodes. Of course, 4 off the Battleforge, but that was still a solid little guy to do that.
And in doing that, now he has a new fire.
Here it comes. Oh, wait. Why is... Theasaris done with quick cast?
Is this it?
Theasaris is targeting the mage. Hurl Boulder!
Oh,
this could be it! This could be it! This could be the match! 3 blanks, 3 critical, 2 damage against the 4 armor. So he's
no, he's
31!
down to 1?
No, 31! Damn it! This is such a close game, and he gets the slam out, meaning during his main action, he can only cast a non-attack quick cast.
So he can't do an attack right now, but I don't think that's his
He's
plan
gonna
anyway.
activate the mage, get a daze on. Here it comes. Okay, so it's the main action. It is Theasaris' main action. What is he going to do? He could do whatever he wants. If he has an attack spell, he wins. Oh, does he have enchantment? If that is a nullify, if that is a ghoul rat, there are so many options now.
There are like 4 different things I can think of off the top of my head. Nullify,
31
ghoul
out
rat,
of 32.
Oh my.
What an amazing match. Puts him out of range of 2 of the angels. The one with the cheetah spade can still get into him. The melee +1 is still on the angel. Really quick, else you have melee on top angel. Choosing to cast a spell. Is it a nullify? I know this is a tense situation. I kind of just cut it with a knife with that.
That was...
What is the spell? If it's a nullify, this is game. It is game.
There's no way that's not going to be something that's going to win it. What?
What is it? Dispel poison blood. Is it a nullify?
Is it a nullify?
Is it a nullify? Nope. It does not go off.
Oh no.
And Theasaris has no mana. Whereas House has a chance to heal himself.
Huh?
Down by 5.
Is it a jinx?
Nope. He has no mana. So whatever it is,
none at all.
So during channeling, he's gonna choose to heal himself.
Oh no!
He's gonna choose to heal himself.
Theasaris, you were so close.
Let's see. 1 life away, man. Okay. All right. Do it.
Let's see what the heal roll's like.
2 blanks. 5, 8 healing.
Okay, good. Statistical average 8.
8 on 8, yeah.
Oh man.
Man, putting him way back. I'm sure Theasaris is so upset about that.
That hurl boulder was so close to winning it for him.
So close. Such a good play for House to just counter that right away. I definitely agree with Theasaris to do that hurl boulder. It's so unfortunate he couldn't get that off.
It is unfortunate. That was close. I mean, it's still not over yet.
It is not over yet.
Things are looking much more grim. We hit the climax and it
Yes.
turned out to be the false... Oh, man.
So now, it looks like the Guardian Angel going in. This could theoretically end the game. He is 3 plus 2, so he's going to be 5. Is he going to get the Bimshala on it? Yes, he is. So he's going to get 6. Theasaris has...
2 armor and a
2 armor,
belt.
so he's 11 away. Theoretically, no, he can't actually kill him here. So this is going to be just, he could bring him to 1 life. 3 blanks. Looks like 5 damage. 2 of them are going to go to the armor, so it's going to be 3 damage total going to Theasaris. Theasaris, still alive, won't be able to actually do anything that kills him.
Theasaris and has to start all over without Magebane. Without Poison Blood.
We don't know what that card is. It's
on top of that,
it's some sort of curse.
Next round, House has the initiative. He can heal again.
Oh, gee, that is...
If that happens, that's probably...
It could be a Poison Blood. Because he cast it before he dispelled it.
Yeah, so he couldn't have legally cast a second Poison Blood on him.
This is such a tricky situation.
I don't know what that is, to be honest.
Ghoul Rat. I would think it was Ghoul Rat.
That would make sense.
That would secure his game.
Oh, man.
Okay, so Samandro choosing to move 1.
Understandable. There's very little stopping... There's practically nothing stopping from House healing again next turn.
House is now in a great position where he can go, all right, I can win this game now very easily.
That was the most tense boulder roll I've ever seen.
Surviving, man. Just wonderful play. Because he acted after he got the slam.
Ah. So that's going to replace with the daze, which, I mean, I highly doubt.
No, the daze is gone as well, because the slam gets removed at the beginning of the creature action, and then daze gets removed at the end of the creature action. Cool. Cool. It may not have been important. I don't know, but whatever it is, it's good.
Yeah, important to bring up.
Yep. Just trying to keep this all settled. All right, final quick cast. No one has a quick cast, so we're going to go into this next round. So we'll see during channeling, is he going to get a ghoul rot on him?
I believe my money's on it.
I could definitely see a ghoul rot. I don't see many other things that he'd want to do.
With so little mana,
Man,
a ghoul rot would be...
What could have secured him this game? He could have rusted him during his quick cast and then hurl boulder right after. I don't think he had the mana, but oh man, there are so many interesting things. Theasaris playing this too. The fact that he's gotten this far is amazing. So and it looks like a ghoul rot is played, plus the 1 damage from the torment, leaving Theasaris at 3 mana for this whole turn.
I don't know what he's gonna do with that. I mean,
bringing it looks like House is gonna go up to 25 and then 26 because of the torment.
I suppose, right?
Oh, I'm sorry, 26. Yes. And so, still after all this, Theasaris is in the life lead.
Theasaris right now only with 3 mana. There's no way he can get away from this Guardian Angel. I mean, I guess he can move 2 and then push himself 1, but he'll there's no way he can get away from damage on the board at this moment.
He could double move and teleport
right there. That's his option.
You know, like if
that's it.
If House does another healing on himself, this is gonna just secure. Like if he chooses to get out of the danger zone, you're gonna see all these angels just converge and be like, "All right, I'm gonna get you."
There's only so many teleports you can have.
Exactly.
On yourself.
Yeah. All right, and no one except for House has chosen any cards. House only has 1 card, but I don't think he's very confident in it right now. I like to undo it. It is still upkeep, so he can undo it if he wants to. He wants that extra mana. What does he want that mana for? Maybe he wants to use Wand of Healing.
I could understand that. That will be 2 mana, and then I'll have 2 mana left to do what with?
Enchantment. Face down.
Yeah, I guess.
You know?
I mean...
That would be... Maybe Brace Yourself.
It won't get him away from the creatures that he has to...
I guess a Brace Yourself could save him.
Yeah.
Because that
Brace Yourself with Veteran's Belt is
that
pretty
regrowth
good.
belt has been insane. This or the regrowth enchantment on Theasaris. It has been doing so well.
And surprised that there hasn't. I mean, I guess he's been strapped for dispels. If House plays it smart, he'll get rid of that regrowth as soon as he possibly can with that dispel one.
Absolutely, yeah. That dispel one is so important for House right now.
It's important to point out though that House did put that dispel in that wand. That's a tell. He just told Theasaris that he doesn't have any more left.
Absolutely. So if he manages to dissolve that somehow, it could end up just winning him the game in the long run.
Yeah.
And all of those curses Theasaris plays now, until he gets rid of that wand, he has to go, crap, it's vulnerable. Yep. It's not going to be as set in stone as it has been this whole game.
Did I just waste that mana for a couple points of damage when he got rid of it and he's so high up on mana? I mean, he's sitting on 16 mana right now. House is he's fine.
Yeah,
he doesn't mind if he has to dispel anything.
He's just like, whatever, do it.
I feel like at this point, both mages are starting to get very strapped for resources.
Absolutely. I feel like House is feeling the spellbook problem, whereas Theasaris is feeling more the mana problem.
And the life problem. He's just like, I gotta get you.
And both of them are like, our life is in danger.
Without a doubt, though, I think that this is the moment when House heals.
House doing 2 minor heals this turn, or a heal and a minor heal.
He has the mana.
Would just secure him this game, honestly.
Heal costs 8, right?
All right, done with planning phase. Looks like Theasaris is finished.
Could double heal.
Oh man! Not to mention he has this ring here that makes it even better for all the healing. All right, deployment phase. No one has deployment. First quick cast. What will House do?
Is it?
House
it's
cast
a heal.
Minor heal on himself.
Minor heal.
All right. So what does he have planned for
Did
his
he
his
only
action?
have one regular heal?
He might have.
Huh.
I mean, he has all these angels to guard him. Let's see what he gets. Was it 5 dice, I think? 5 dice?
It is minor heal is costs 5 and heals 5.
Solid.
Healing charm costs 5 and heals 4, but has
it's
the
an
reveal
enchantment,
factor.
Yeah. All right, here we go. How much will he heal? And 3 blanks, but still gets 4 out of it.
What? All right.
solid little heal.
That brings him
And,
ever so
and you know,
closer away from
he's
death.
going to gain a max life, so he did get 5 life out of that in the end.
Man, it's just... I feel like Theasaris was an inch away from his goal, and now the road is just stretching before him, and it seems impossible to catch up.
Each heal is just another chink.
I think
just
as long
finishing
as
it off.
I think as long as House just keeps a guarding angel in his zone and
A
goes after
guardian
him,
angel guarding him would be so secure.
he should probably also use that Hand of Bimshala to heal one every turn, because at this point the melee versus the security of surviving against
Quick
Theasaris'
cast comes out.
onslaught.
It's gonna be some sort of enchantment. Is it
Yeah.
gonna be a jinx? Is it gonna be some sort of nullify? Maybe.
Is it another poison blood?
It costs 3 to reveal, so he doesn't have the mana, but he could during.
Good point.
This is, I mean, during. Don't get me wrong. During next phase, if it survives that long, yes, that is awesome.
2 mana left, huh?
He's not doing teleports. I mean,
Yeah. So
Right.
he's just gonna soak these hits here. He didn't cast an enchantment on himself, so it's not a brace yourself. So
good choice bringing some Mandrill in first because he knows he can run away. And is he going to attack?
If
Yep,
a
he's
stun
going.
happens
He's
here-
going to
If
attack.
a stun happens here, I don't
If a
think
stun
there's
happens,
any chance. I think it's over.
You can use the healing wand. I mean, that's pretty much what you have.
You
You know?
use your full action to heal the stun, and then do.
Well,
Or,
I mean,
you can use
can use the healing wand to just
wand,
do
but
it, but
You're
I
stuck
mean,
in that same zone.
You're
There's
just going to
no
keep
escape.
taking the damage, yeah. I would like to see the priestess punch this warlock to death.
Just finish it.
Just
with
curses. All right, here we go. Looks like Samandra's going to go in. Looks like with 5, 6, 7, 8 dice of damage. 4 blanks and dealing 4 normal damage, 1 critical. So that is going to turn into 2 damage for the basic, 3 damage total. And he gets on top of that a daze of an unfortunate amount of damage,
I
but
mean,
that daze
you know
does
what?
help a little.
It does help a little, and it will. I mean, I don't really know.
We see House not being able to kill him. He just can't kill
He
him no
doesn't
matter
have a
what he
finishing.
does.
That is his problem. I feel like House's his big weakness is he doesn't know how to
You know,
close.
he can't close it, but at the same time, he's dealing 7 dice. You know, like
That's
he's
the thing.
trying.
It's like he's doing it.
definitely
Yeah.
trying. All right, Theasaris is passing. Smart move, trying to waste that other Guardian Angel's attack. If he can, he's gonna have to waste this Guardian Angel, or he's gonna have to waste the Priestess move. All right, Priestess moves up, getting him out of range. I don't think that's gonna help him that much.
I don't agree with that. Now, I mean, granted, he only has 2 mana left, but
He takes a damage from the moving one.
he can. I understand why he moved that way. Because if Theasaris follows up by moving forward and casting,
He
an
gets him in
enchantment on
range
him,
of the other Guardian Angel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like he's gonna dispel something. And looks like he's going to dispel Chains of Agony. That's going to be 8 mana. Oh, Gulrot, yes. He's going to dispel Gulrot, of course.
Oh, yeah.
That would make sense.
The big one. The big nasty
one you want to get rid of.
With all that mana, no problem. No problem destroying the Gulrot. That does tend to be a problem. Is once Gulrot, it's
so
already
expensive to get rid
you
of.
throw down
that brings House down to 4
Wardstone.
mana.
It just, oh man, it becomes
House down to
hard.
4 mana now. Really starting to see the mana drain in this whole thing. And I think... Oh, man. I think Theasaris is probably going to pass and just be like, okay, are you going to make the mistake of using the other Guardian Angel?
I mean, if he can... he's
going to spend
act.
it. He could just run. He could run 2. 2 up. Add a guard. Interesting choice. Okay.
He's activating his other angel. What is this guy going to do? Is he going to stay? Nope. Move there and guard the priestess, as you should do. That leaves him with one big nasty right here.
And he has a guard on, so he's going to be able to counterattack.
I don't
but
know
of course
if he realizes
he can
he
dodge.
can still do the move trick.
You know, he doesn't, but we'll see what happens. He could just dodge the counterattack, and that's going to be a little solid, little favorable thing for House. 0. He rolled 3. Yeah, 3. 3 piercing, 1 it is. But of course. Yep. 3. Yep. Okay, cool. And the counterattack's going to happen.
Oh man.
So the Guardian Angel doing 3 damage because it has piercing 1. So with
that piercing 1 obviates the veteran spell immediately.
Absolutely, yeah. Why should he roll 5? No. There's no base strength.
Oh no. Theasaris just tipped his hand. Theasaris, being the nice player, lets House know, hey, you have fast and cheetah speed. You should just move out of the zone, move back in it, and get the bonus.
And House is probably going, all right.
Oh, House admits he just didn't know that.
All right, well, that's what I love about these types of games. They're like, you know what? And House, what a nice guy, going, you know what? You told me this. I'm going to know this the rest of my life. And so I'm not going to deal that extra 2 dice, but that's fine. You know?
This time, thanks for being honest, this time, I'm not going to do it, but I'll remember that.
What a nice little, little chat that just happened there.
No, the players on Octagon.
Oh, no, it
seem
looks
to
like
be
he's going to
really
roll.
nice
Okay,
to each
cool.
other.
Oh, no armor. All right, so he's going to roll. He rolls 1 more damage. Just, oh man, bringing Theasaris up to 32 out of 34 health. I think Theasaris just wanted to die. He was like,
please just finish
please kill me with this. So I do get a counterattack. Theasaris is going to go back, but he gets a defensive dodge from that counterattack because you can dodge
Might as
counters.
well. You do it. He rolls
Fails
4,
the dodge.
Rolls a 4, does not get
6
the
blanks!
Oh no.
Oh, and Akira has gone away with this warlock. He does not.
You
think
do
this
not
is good.
have Akiro's favor. Oh.
Man.
6 blanks and 1 crit. That's... Oh no. I mean, at this point,
I guess statistics do have to matter.
Hey, they have to even out
this is
eventually.
It all happened to be getting 6 blanks. Oh, Akiro's favor would be so good right now, but Akiro does not favor anyone.
No. Nope.
Unless you have Akiro's
He is
favor.
bored of this match. He does not favor.
He's left.
He's not in the
He's
building.
like, that hurl bowl failed. I'm done.
I gave you everything you needed.
All right, looks like Theasaris healing 2 damage, bring him down to 30, dealing 1 damage. The priest is dealing an extra 1. Is he going to reveal whatever that curse is?
Oh man.
It is, of course, Theasaris' initiative now.
With 10 mana left, I mean, the curse can be another Mage Bane. It could be another Poison Blood. But, I mean, at this point, I don't know. I guess if he knocks the angel out of the way and hits him with a very miraculous boulder, then maybe the
His only
can
chance,
do this.
I mean, he might as well just try to attack spell.
Yeah.
I mean, he has 10 mana, so... I mean, he's not going to be able to do that many attack spells, but, he could... if he has a hurl boulder, he could just win that way.
I mean, if he hadn't spent the mana on Milok's Torment, I suppose that he could have moved, force pushed the angel out of the way, and then thrown a boulder at her and been like, oh, here goes nothing.
That is... Yeah.
Hoping for 16 critical damage.
He could acid ball and then, with the intercept, and then be like, all right, now I'm going to hurl boulder, I guess, but...
What an
Can he?
anticlimactic
No, he can't do
finish.
that. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, this game is... I mean, I guess he could Jetstream his way of victory. He could acid ball, intercept, and then Jetstream and hope to deal 6. I mean, that would be what? That would be 4 and 6, so he would barely not be able to kill him.
I mean, really, it needs to be a big attack spell that is specifically not fire.
This is going to end right here. I mean, this is the last round.
Also, he's out of range of doing anything right away, so House can just heal himself.
Yeah,
again.
I think Theasaris He played a wonderful game, but I don't think he's gonna pull this one out.
What a raging fire that eventually went out.
Man,
I mean,
that Hurl Boulder was
a
just
blaze.
insane. Like, so unfortunate that he couldn't get that win. It would have been the most.
It was
it is the most impressive play.
Yeah,
you know?
it was a lot of good plays that ultimately came down to luck, and actually, it was a statistical luck because it's not like House was just really lucky. He has 4 armor.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's House played this very well, and so did Theasaris. And you know what? Theasaris was put in a situation in the beginning when that blood demon died, where he was like, "Oh well, crap," but he managed to kind of
he switched
get
gears.
back into the game.
He switched gears, and it turned out for him. It just it came down to clever use of initiative on both players' parts.
Yeah,
and
it looks like Theasaris just going, you know what? I'm gonna get 2 cards. I don't think he's thinking too much about it.
Yeah, I think at this point it's like I don't know. Maybe it's a force push, and I don't know.
Can I get away from him? I mean, he has Wand of Healing. He could keep trying to. Yeah, it wouldn't really help him that much.
No, there's truthfully there's not a lot here.
All right, first quick guess. He's gonna use it.
If I were House, I'd put a teleport and a heal, and that would be it.
Probably a brace yourself. That's what I would see.
With 4 health, brace yourself is pretty good.
I mean, it's his only chance to survive is something like that.
I would have argued he could have cast it last round, but truthfully, it wouldn't have. Looking at the rolls now, it wouldn't have been all too helpful.
Yeah. All right, so it's main actions. House chooses to ignore it. He's gonna melee the Samandril Angel. Alrighty then. I think he's pretty much decided. A critical. And a vampirism! He reveals a vampirism, a critical 4 damage. Okay, so he is going to, I think, 8, so that brings him up to 12. 4 normal, that kills the angel, and he's going to recover. Let me see, he's going to deal... Wow, so he's going to deal 10 damage, recovering 5 damage.
What? What just happened?
Okay, wait, let me make sure of this. So he dealt 7 because of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So with Aegis 1, and so it's gonna deal 8. So that brings him up to 12. 1 armor, so that brings him up to 15. So Samandril dies, and he heals 5. Looks like House is just going, oh yeah, I'm flying. Is that a big deal? No. The one of the great things about Mage Staff and Wise is an awesome weapon. It's 1 spellbook point and 5 mana, a cheap weapon that gives you reach.
And
such
ethereal.
A good thing.
And it's a very versatile weapon. It doesn't do much else, but that's good. That's fine. This is insane. I'm gonna be honest. I never saw this coming in a million years.
All right, so Theasaris with the plays, man.
So let's see. He rolled. How many dice did he roll? 4, 5.
7 total. He would have had 8, but Aegis 1 off the angel reduces it by 1.
Very
and
nice.
That 7 dice dealing 11 damage.
11 damage.
Healing.
Oh my god.
So Theasaris is back in this game. Honestly, like he can easily start thinking, how am I going to win this? He has healing wand now.
He might just go around killing angels now.
He can. I mean, the guardian angel.
If he can at least knock down the guardian angel so it's unable to
dodge. That would be a solid play.
Then
as well.
He can just go around just.
I mean, honestly,
angels.
If the priestess chooses to just stay over in her corner, he's gonna sit there and just wand of healing himself until he feels confident and just go in.
Go after him. Be like, I'm still a beat stick.
He might has more. Yeah, he rolled 7. Yeah, he rolled 7. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Sorry.
Just making sure.
They're
seeking to spell.
Seeking to spell it. All right. What's he gonna? Is he gonna be a decoy?
Oh, that
is
would
it gonna be a
so
decoy?
Funny.
Oh, that would be so funny right now. Looks like Theasaris is going, yes, I had 8. Yeah, honestly, with the Warlock, there's so many ways to buff yourself. This kind of explanation always needs to happen.
All those numbers, they just...
and House, is just like, I just want to make sure. Reveals a Nullify. Wait a minute. He couldn't use Dispel earlier. You had a Nullify?
Yeah, you can. Dispel targets the...
My bad.
They're going to be like, what happened there? And watch this video.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
And that's why Intangible's the one that's being the challenge.
For this instance, I guess. I don't know.
All right, so the Nullify goes away. Nullify, Seeking Dispel and a Nullify, I actually am like, it evens out in terms of mana cost. And it's one of those like interesting plays where you're like, you kind of look at it and you're like, both people are like, eh.
Yeah,
Although,
nah.
Now the priestess can't heal herself. I assume that Nullify wasn't around for healing.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, okay.
It was cast, I believe, last round or the round before last.
Yeah, and I assume the priestess hasn't healed herself since then.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I don't really know.
No, it came on like right after, if you remember, she minor healed
Yes.
herself and he responded with that card. And
Yes,
then
that's right.
She
That's
just
right.
didn't do
Okay, so the
anything.
priestess advancing, going, "Oh, you're not dead yet." Okay.
Ah.
Yikes.
With these rolls, you're gonna kill my angels because that's how the rolling
I guess
goes.
Akira is in favor of the world. I can give you some slack.
Like Akira came back and he's like, "I got some popcorn." Hey, you're still alive.
All right, House taking 1 damage because he moves down 1 with the Chains of Agony, bringing her up to House up to 24 out of 34 damage again. Interesting. That
Oh, man.
moving. Wow.
It's the slow chipping, man. Constantly 10 life away from death. I would feel so uncomfortable there.
It is. It's an uncomfortable spot to be at.
But I feel confident that Theasaris has run out of his big whopping attacks at this
Theasaris just
point.
constantly impressing me with his ability to come back in this game.
Absolutely.
Oh, he's gonna target dispel. Is he gonna dispel vampirism? Vampirism?
Vampirism?
Vampirism? Oh, he's gonna go after regrowth. Good choice. So he's gonna choose to. Man, this dispel wand is just working out for him.
Often you don't see a wand stay on the field that long, nearly that long. You may be lucky to get 2 spells
Absolutely,
out of it.
yeah.
But at this rate, I guess he just either doesn't have a response to that wand or...
That's the spell you want. Yes, he really should. That when you play Octagon more and more, those types of little things start to just kind of annoy you a little bit because you're like, you're doing this manually. Stop doing it manually.
Stop doing it manually.
Because basically what happens is if he would have cast a spell, I think from his wand, it would have like done all these automatic things instead. And,
Made life a lot easier.
It would have, yeah. Or Theasaris wants to dispel it or dissolve it, and he doesn't want to deal with it. Guardian Angel spends his action, gets the melee +1. What?
Is he gonna do
He's
the
only
trick?
rolling 4.
Huh?
What?
I don't understand.
Why did he roll 4?
Oh,
I guess he's not going to do the charge.
He's not going to do the charge. We just went over this last
Oh,
round.
well, we're not going to remind him.
Nope. Nope.
All right. For some reason, I was like...
I think he's just really stressed out and just did not remember.
Another 2 dice, Theasaris, giving him the lead again. Theasaris, you are the nicest little gentleman.
You know what?
You know?
If you win or lose this, let it
30
never be said that you're not a nice guy.
You played the match wonderfully and was the nice thing. Okay, Torment bringing it up to 25. Theasaris had 31 out of 34 damage. This match, and of course now we have the Priestess, which is in 1 range. theoretically, theoretically, the Warlord could force push or teleport the Priestess, one zone, and then run up and hit the Priestess
and
hope
to go for it.
Hope to do the damage enough to survive to the next round and dealing enough to, like, live. He could theoretically kill him with one more attack.
Right now, House has put Theasaris in a little bit of a pincer here because he either has the choice of staying in his zone and dealing with this angel, or if he moves one zone closer to get to the Priestess, he can get attacked by that angel. And so it's like, well, I need to kill this mage, but if I get closer,
Absolutely.
I will get hurt.
A card on the Battleforge goes down. Interesting. I wonder what this is.
Just saving up that mana. I mean, at this point,
if it is a wand, he could do 2 Flame Blasts and just hope for the best. Or it could be a Mage Wand with Knockdown or Force Push.
It could also just be boots, leather boots.
It could be as simple as just armor.
It could be.
Yeah, I mean, armor would definitely help.
Although I think he would have cast that last round then.
Right, so what is he waiting for on this? Interesting, okay. Alright, we're in planning phase. It looks like Theasaris does not know what he wants to plan, which means whatever he's casting out of that might be expensive. Or it could be a wand, so he has like that cast spell or that card done.
You know, you could argue that Theasaris right now, it's taking him so long to come up with his spells because at this point he's getting strapped for resources. And
it could be the helmet.
Oh.
That would be hilarious.
Could have used that a long time
ago. The
ago.
helmet that if you get melee attack, they have to roll to see if they're afraid of you.
And
Helmet Fear, yeah.
Helmet Fear. And he could have used that a long time ago.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, though. Theasaris still planning, and he's just like...
He's taking his time. House is always choosing his cards right away, but you always see Theasaris make slow comebacks because of
see him
very tight
He takes
plans.
out a card, puts it back, takes out another card, or the same card, we don't know, puts it back. You know, it's one of those like, man, this is tricky.
I just want to point out, this is Theasaris' hand right now. Look how few spells he has left.
Absolutely.
I guarantee that most of these are conditional spells and enchantments.
He has 18 cards in his discard pile. Oh, and the Cloak of Shadows comes out. So that means if the Priestess wants to do something to affect him, he's gonna melee that Priestess. It's gonna happen.
That's very good. That's very effective. I'm gonna laugh so hard if the Priestess did have one attack spell, like
and it was
waiting.
like, this is it. This is it. All right, chooses to heal. Nope, chooses to get a buff on herself. Could be a healing charm. Could be a reverse attack. Could be a lot of things.
I think right now he has to. I hope he has a knockdown in his hand because Theasaris needs to get rid of this angel.
He needs that life.
He needs that life. He needs to hit the angel. It will.
Oh, Theasaris targeting the warlock. He's getting some sort of buff.
Unavoidable.
Choosing to go into action phase. It is House's turn. What will he do? Is he going to attack?
This could be it right now. I mean,
this could be game. Yeah.
Oh, you could make an argument for actually heal wand instead, but
ooh, this is such a tight game for Theasaris.
Oh, brace yourself.
Could be a brace yourself. Guardian Angel spins his action marker, moves away one.
And moves back. He did it.
Okay, he's doing it. Awesome. So he's going to get the +2. Is he going to get the one from the Bimshala? No, not doing Bimshala yet. So he's going to get... So far 5. 5 dice piercing 1. 1 blank, dealing 4 normal, and reveals a Rhino hide, so he's going to get a total of 4 armor, but the piercing 1 brings him down to 3 armor.
And then the critical gets changed, or actually it doesn't matter. 3 armor, you said?
3 armor, he's at 33 out of 34 life.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh, what a saver. That Rhino hide is clutch.
I am...
Clutch Rhino hide.
Mind blown.
Theasaris,
right now.
the survivor. You cannot kill this mage.
We thought that he was gonna lose like
an hour and a half ago.
An hour and a half ago.
Man, and both these players are not taking...
It's not just that he's holding off either. He has a legitimate chance of winning
aggressive.
This.
He's been using the board to his advantage positional-wise, and he's just gaining slight advantages every time.
I think he's gone around the map twice.
He has actually left. Okay. Theasaris' turn. Is he going to risk the vampirism? Vampirism?
Healing
one.
himself.
Okay, so he's going to choose to go for the longer game. He wants to get in a better advantageous spot. 2 damage. Heals 2. Bring him down to 31. Oh, 31. That's what he was at before the angel attacked him, I think.
And now he still has the rhino hide, so that damage is consistent.
Brutal. At least he's getting averages on that, but man, he's going to have initiative next round. I think all he's thinking is, how can I survive? How can I survive this round, right now?
At this point, I feel like he's just trying to struggle and hold on for dear life. And it's once again because House isn't just finishing it. A teleport or anything that allows multiple creatures to attack right now would possibly
Theasaris has 2. He's going to channel 9, so he's going to be at 11. And if House doesn't move, he's going to be exactly 2 zones away if Theasaris moves up during his main action, which he has initiative. So he has a small chance. This is very tense.
All right, moving in with the angels.
He's going to guard.
He's going to guard.
He's going to guard.
Probably move the priestess
that
space
was a
one space
solid
forward.
idea to guard. Just giving himself a little bit of protection. Just a little bit.
If he can, next turn he could take that, or this turn he could take the priest and move it forward. It'll be in the same guarded zone as that
He's using
angel.
Bimtala
Is he going to heal?
to heal. Smart choice. Although if he used it to attack, he might have won.
He might have. That's actually really funny to point out. Just one.
Yeah,
he had
that's all he needed.
2/3 chance of that one die killing him.
All right. What's Priestess going to do? Man, this is such a close game.
This is getting grueling. This is...
What do you got? You gonna use your action? Action spent. Enchanting. Okay.
Staying in that zone. Staying in that zone could...
Probably bear strength, something like that.
Staying in that zone is dangerous.
Now he's range 2. He's thinking no matter where you go next turn, this Guardian Angel will get you.
I don't...
Final quick cast, no one has a quick cast, and... Upkeep. This is the upkeep phase. Is he going to Moloch's Torment? Yes, he is.
Moloch's Torment's going to bring him down to 9 remaining life.
10 mana.
10 mana.
Yeah, he was at 11.
Oh. I feel... If Theasaris has a teleport, a Force Push won't do it. If he has actually... Force Push. No, it won't do it.
No, Force Push won't.
No, he's gonna. If he has a teleport, he can get in a priest's face and hope to finish it off with one big bang attack, and if not, at least regenerate some health while he's at it. But
31
really,
out of 34, man. He has to get lucky. I don't even think a fireball will kill House in one hit because of the
dragon
scale.
But no, at this point, his melee attack is way better.
Absolutely. I suppose one of his best options would be a knockdown on the bottom angel, and then just try to kill him. Or try to heal enough life to heal enough to survive the next angel's attack, so you can kill the mage later.
I mean, at this point, Theasaris has to do more than just hang on. He actually has to move, like,
He has to make a comeback.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose... That's what I mean. A knockdown and then trying to kill the bottom mage.
Absolutely.
That's his best.
Something has to be done. Like if he just continues to run away somehow, nothing's gonna happen.
Man, he's playing this long game and he is playing it well.
All right, so we're back and I'm eating a fruit snack.
Okay, so it looks like Theasaris is just taking the chance. He's gonna go in. The Guardian Angel. Does he dodge? Yes, he does. He does not dodge, and it looks like Theasaris deals 4 damage, recovering 2 health. So that means he's at 29 out of 34 with 4 armor and with the veteran's belt. We'll see if that does it. Can Theasaris pull out the win? Man, 4 damage with your massive attack. That is
complete opposite of Samandriel's attack. I'll tell you.
No kidding. Yeah.
This game has had so many highs and lows.
Absolutely. What? Okay, he's gonna do the Lion Savagery thing. And he's dealing 4 armor. What did he use his quick cast on? Oh, Falcon Precision. Ah, okay, gotcha.
That would explain it.
3 blanks, 2. He's gonna take 1 damage.
What is going on?
That's awesome. Oh no, wait! Because of Veteran's Belt, it goes to 0. He does 0 damage.
0 damage.
What a play! Theasaris, you are a survivor, man. Dude, you are recovering life. The gap between House and Theasaris is 4 damage. That's it. That is it.
The amount of statistical anomalies
Enchantment
that
Transfusion
happen at the end of this
Enchantment
game.
Transfusion happen, goes in the other mate, it goes in the other.
Goes onto the other angel. The other angel's going to activate.
It's gonna have a bear strength.
Theasaris out of actions completely. He's at the mercy of the priestess.
Okay, cheetah speed. Cheetah speed goes over to him.
Cheetah speed, lion savagery, bear strength.
Lion savagery.
Nope.
Yep. Lion savagery 2. So he's gonna be going in there with 2, 4, 7 dice of damage, piercing 1. Bring that down to 3 armor, but you have the Veteran's Belt as well.
This is a finisher right here.
Is he going to do Bimshal?
Might as well. Do it.
This could be it. This could be the game. Yep, giving the Bimshala, giving him up to, what was it? 7, 8, 8?
Now he's at 8 piercing
8
1.
piercing 1 against 3 armor with a 4 armor with a better Veteran's Belt. So effectively, 3 armor.
Yeah, if he can just, he has to deal 9 damage if you count armor.
Whoa! All right, he's right there. 1 blank, 2, 4 8 critical that gets converted. I think this is it.
That's 6 damage.
This is
That
the-
can't
this
be.
is the
That
game.
is it. Wow.
What a game!
That was intense. Talk about rolls. But, like, statistically all fine. But just at the
Man.
exciting spots of the
Yeah.
spectrum. Just like two
Man,
good rolls, 2 bad rolls.
Theasaris, we are sorry to see you go. You played an amazing game.
You really turned it around, and we thought that you were going to have that.
You
know what?
That was an amazing plays. You did so well to survive.
I think hats off to both of them. Congrats to both players.
And
this
you know,
was a
House,
crazy match.
House, you were at 1 health at one point away from death. You came back. This whole game, you have played a solid. You know, I'm
Played
gonna
it
keep
smart.
this lead. You have done a very good job, man. This is round 1. I can't wait to see the later rounds. What kind of games we're gonna be facing?
Oh, it's gonna be great. Oh man, you know what? Hats off to both players. That was
Absolutely.
You have one player, great board control, great creature control, and another player who's very smart tactically when it comes to using his cards. It was wonderful, and
All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us for this this first round of Gdieckhaus, House and Theasaris. You guys played wonderfully. I hope you guys enjoyed this game. House will be advancing to the next round.